do you think's going to happen this week? I mean, with the whole Russia thing.
That whole Russia thing.
Really?
Sorry about starting late, people.
Also interesting to remember, it's illegal
It
to
happens.
possess these stolen documents.
Was that one of them graduation parties, you know?
You're learning.
I was shocked.
Us.
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can
I was
actually
undermining the message
control
everywhere,
exactly what
even at
people think.
graduation
And
parties.
That is our job.
Yeah.
At this moment in history, as we're looking at efforts across the country to
All right,
prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights, prevent people from
Dump
being
'em.
able to exercise their fundamental rights.
Jobs of the past are just not going to come back. And when somebody says that he's going to bring all these jobs back, well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how? What magic wand do you have? How exactly?
I can't see us ever getting better. It's not my policies.
Here we are back again.
Welcome.
Nobody.
But if you show up, welcome.
We gotta.
This is another.
There we go. I think I got it.
We got some feedback or something. Some delay.
There's all kinds of things unmuted.
Welcome to Sanctimonious American Men. I am Saintly Barnes. With me, as always, is Saintly Brandon.
Hello, back again.
And we're back for another week for bullshitting.
Yeah. So beat the shit out of the like button. Beat the crap out of it.
Fuck that. Just send me money. There's a lot going on this week.
A lot going on. What are we starting? Almost 20 minutes late. That's my bad. I apologize. I was at a graduation party for a dear friend's daughter, and I had, lots of food, and it was fun.
I was picking my sandwich off the floor.
Eating dog hair.
He
was eating dog hair because he dropped his sandwich on the floor. But it's all good now. We're doing great. And so we're here 20 minutes, but we're back.
That's collagen, right?
Why do I have a hiss?
I just hear like a little bit of a white noise in the background there.
Yeah. Why is that? That's not normal.
I don't know. So
there we go.
Busy week,
Wow,
huh?
that's better.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's like a ground issue or something.
Busy week.
Busy. We got like the Georgia Guidestone, boom, blown up. Gone. I know. So I told so many people about that, and they're like, "What are the Georgia Guidestones?" And I'm like, "See,
are you shitting me?
You see, you just don't know. You just don't know."
There's two American stone hedges. One's in New Hampshire, the other one's in Georgia.
And when they say, "I don't know even what that is," I'm like, "Well, that's why the crazy uncle is so much more informed than you, because I've known about the Georgia Guidestones for
years."
Yeah, I know. And I don't like them, and they're gone.
They're gone finally. God wins. Yeah. So I guess we should start with last weekend.
Oh yeah.
We had the fireworks here in Saugerties. They got off a little bit late, I guess. Everyone got pretty pissed off about it.
People got upset.
I think they didn't pay shit for it, so fuck them.
I feel like
they didn't volunteer.
Who? The Stallions?
Whoever's bitching didn't volunteer. I mean.
Oh yeah. I mean, for me, I feel like the whole thing it's about the kids. I mean, of course, anybody that wants a bitch is usually an adult, but if they're bitching about it because it was too late for their kids to stay
up. I saw
up.
a few of that, so I can get that.
That's what I get the most. And we're not there to celebrate baseball, even though baseball is American and it's a great part of America. We're there to celebrate our country and its independence. And the fireworks should come first.
Absolutely.
So they got to figure out whether they got to pause the game when it's time for fireworks, and or they have to start the game earlier. It's a simple solution.
Sure. Maybe not have the game on 4th of July.
I don't even know why they're doing that, but I heard somebody say there's always been a baseball game on the 4th, and I don't recall that, but maybe it was just smaller ball games.
Maybe.
And went unrecognized when I was growing up. I never noticed it.
Now, the Dutchmen, I remember them wearing state champs and stuff, and I don't remember that ever either. But it seems like the Stallions have more of a presence in the Saugerties than the Dutchmen do, even though there was less going on when the Dutchmen were there.
Well, the Dutchmen, I don't think they're as same level. They were still lower
level.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's like more prestigious, the Stallions.
I did see that they were playing the Dutchman
That on the 4th.
on the 4th. Yeah.
Beating the crap out of them, probably.
I guess they went into overtime, right? But they did win.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Extra innings. Yeah, so that was
Extra innings.
that was the local news this week. People bitching about.
Yeah, I mean, I did mention, I did chirp in George McDonald, who also has his own podcast about sports. He was saying something about it, like, chill out, everybody bitches about stuff. And, I was just like, yeah, that's an easy thing to say when you like baseball and you're about sports.
Sure.
But it's not about baseball. It's about the fireworks, which is a symbolic, if you want to say, ritual of America.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I don't care where it came from. We took it.
America.
It's been ours since then.
So, whatever. People go or they won't go. But I don't think it is right to try and make kids stay up till 11 o'clock
That's a
to watch
little late.
fireworks.
I would agree. I heard the field was pretty empty by that time.
It was goddamn empty, man. Usually where we're sitting, it's just packed full of people. There wasn't hardly anybody. It's like so different post-pandemic.
Well, there wasn't any rush out of town afterwards. I noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, we've been shim-shammed, the whole world.
Run amok. Led astray.
See people out there with
Bamboozled.
masks every day. They got their masks on and they're
There's
scared of
people
life.
still running around with masks, yeah. I mean, I had a nice setup when it first began, but after 90 days, I kind of was like, what the
I
fuck?
mean, you saw me. We've
you
talked about it on the show.
you
I
were
was
printing.
3D printing masks, making sure they had the right N95 filters in them and everything. And it's like, yeah, I want to help save the world. And then you come to find out it's as Bill Gates said, his own words, quoting Bill Gates, it's very similar to the flu.
In my expert medical opinion, I thought the same thing after 90 days.
And you have the same medical
Same
degree as Bill Gates.
Yeah, same exact one.
Yeah.
He was actually in my classes.
It's
that didn't
impressive.
happen.
Impressive.
Thanks.
I learned something new today. I mean, did you know that the second in command at Amazon is from Saugerties?
Yeah, I do. I know.
You do know that. Oh.
I actually knew they were coming here before they. That's John Smythe, for those who don't know.
Yeah, just blah, blah. Well, it's public
It's
information.
public knowledge. Yeah, I know him. He spent one day going in and out of time zones so he could celebrate his birthday like 6 times. And I was like, what the hell do you do? He's like, oh, I'm Jeff Bezos' assistant. I'm like, really? And then I ran into his stepmom, and she told me that they were coming to the area, that Jeff wanted to retire. And this was like 3 years ago, before they even brought it up to the state. That, Jeff Bezos wanted to retire and John wanted to come home. And so he told Jeff, you could retire if I can go back to Saugerties.
To bring Amazon here.
So they're going to bring it locally here.
Great. What is it, man?
But that's true. John Smythe is the...
Did you know him? I didn't know
I
him.
still know him. He's a crazy lefty, but I love you, John. Yeah. But he's a good dude. Yeah. Him and Jason.
You think he's behind the Lord of the Rings reboot?
Is there a reboot
For Amazon, yeah. And it's
I
going to be
doubt it.
complete, woke garbage.
I doubt it.
They're making Gadriel the hero, basically, and she's like a warrior elf princess.
Okay.
She's not a magic user
No.
as per se. She's more of
Right.
a warrior,
Right. Huh.
just like the books.
Not just like the books.
Not
That's
that
actu-
I've read the
That's
books.
actually why in Dungeons and Dragons early on, if anybody actually follows it, that there was no distinction between race and class of non-humans. So elves were just elves. They weren't like warriors. They were just elves.
Mm-hmm.
And they gained levels as elves. And you got some fighting powers and some magic powers. And, same thing with dwarves or halflings, which were hobbits,
Halfling, hobbit.
Halflings. Yeah, they got sued by Tolkien's estate for using hobbits, so they had to change it. Anyway,
Anyhow,
I went and saw Tom Gunn.
Tom Gunn,
Yeah, Tom Gunn. That was
the
good.
last movie star.
Yeah, that was good. I was a little weirded out by the intro. I never saw that before. He gives a little intro before the movie comes on.
I thought that was quite indicative of the times,
Yeah.
where studios have just decided to start shitting on fans Like that's their
Yes.
that's like Disney's whole marketing department. They're like, let's just shit on them before the movie comes out because we know they're gonna hate it. So if we call them racist, Nazis, misogynists before the movie comes out, then they'll just prove that we're right.
Right. It's funny that the left calls the right Nazis and the right's pro-Zionism.
Well,
Pro-Israel.
I'm just saying, I found it as a breath of fresh air that
It
Tom
was.
came out before the movie and he was like, thank you
For showing
for
up.
coming to my movie.
Yeah, that was cool.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Whereas the other friggin' studios are like, you scumbags don't come and see our movie if you don't like what we
Right.
like.
Now, here's the cool part: is I heard that Tom Cruise actually requested to do that, to give a little intro
Oh, well,
to the studio. So,
it just goes to show Tom's he may be nuts, but he's
a real American.
he's an American and he's trying to do his part as far as like keep the industry alive. You saw the rant he had during COVID, like making people wear masks on set. He's like, I'm trying to keep this industry alive, and you're fucking it up when you're not wearing your mask.
Oh, did he? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is like the last powerhouse coming out of Hollywood that has any kind of gravitas that can make changes. I mean, you could say Tom Hanks, but fuck Tom Hanks. I've been anti-Tom Hanks since Mazes and Monsters. That's just my personal opinion.
He just got too big for his britches.
That was his first movie, and I was already against him. Well, it was an anti-D&D movie, so of course I was against him.
Well,
Sunday we got the trailer for January 6th. I would show it to you, but we're not hooked up this week. It's Trump in the back of the limo. He's beating up all the security guards. Makes his way to the front, grabs the wheel. It's awesome. It's going to be action-packed. I'm psyched.
is he playing himself or did they get Sylvester Stallone?
I don't know who they got. Actually, what I saw was just, his head imposed over.
What Barney is describing is they took the scene from Deadpool where Deadpool beats the shit out of everybody inside of an SUV, and they just superimposed Trump's head over it to make it look real funny, to like make fun of the girl that was just basically making a story up at the January 6th hearings, whole cloth. I mean, like, this is what I heard happened, and it's like it's not even hearsay by then; it's just secondhand garbage. So.
Yeah, it was garbage.
It's a funny clip
We talked about the
because he yanked a wheel, right?
Yeah,
that was the
at the
big.
end,
He yanked a wheel
Oh.
from a Secret Service agent and said,
on.
"Take me to the White House. I'm the president."
Capitol or some shit.
Yeah.
He had one guy by the throat. She was saying, "These are Secret Service agents.
He grabbed a Secret
They're
Service
some of the
agent by the
baddest
throat.
people in the world." And Trump is
Oh,
out of
God.
shape, and he looks like a centaur when he's saying sideways. But for some reason, the people that are appalled by his health condition think that he can take over Secret Service. That's fucking so ridiculous.
It's a nutty world.
Oh man. Yeah, so we talked about the Georgia Guidestones. I got that next on my queue here. Strange thing about that, it happened on George Bush's birthday there.
No,
Yeah.
senior or junior?
I think junior. Maybe senior.
It was a pretty weird few days
Yeah, it
after
was.
the Guidestones went down. Boris.
Yeah, Boris. Now they didn't determine what brought the Guidestones down yet, did they?
Well, there's supposedly footage of the guys running a bomb in.
I didn't see that. I've been looking for it. I did see,
I saw the footage. It was pretty hazy and whack looking.
did you see the guy running in?
Yeah, they ran in and then ran out. Looked like
Ah.
possibly two people.
Okay, all right. I didn't know. I was hoping it was.
They also have some people saying it could be a directed energy weapon.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Now, what I found unusual about it is that they cleaned it up within 24 hours.
That's suspicious, right
It's
there.
like fucking 9/11. Like, what's going on?
That was
investigation?
one of the most suspicious things I've ever seen. They're
People
like,
are just-
"Oh, it's a hazard. Get it out of there."
People are just blowing up 19-foot fucking monuments and nobody checks into it.
Yeah, there's no investigation. It's just like, nope, get it out of there. Knock it over. Bye-bye.
What the fuck? I mean, it doesn't bother me really.
I
but-
think there's probably stuff. I don't know. Maybe there was some stuff in the stone, or who knows what it was. There's something about the stone that they didn't want people investigating.
Now they said there was a time capsule underneath there. I don't know if that's
Yeah, there could have been all kinds of stuff.
Who knows?
Where'd you get that delicious water?
I got one in the fridge in the bag. You want one?
Oh man, I'll find something.
Actually, I found this on the side of the road. That's not even a lie.
Nice.
I've
Freebie.
Freebies. Somebody was throwing them out. I'm like, it's fucking cases of water. I'm taking those.
They're gonna be worth money someday.
5 cents.
Where you going?
I'm gonna get you one.
Oh, hey. All right, take it easy. Thanks, bud. Okay, and in other news, we got what do we got coming up? Anything coming up soon? I don't know. Oh, gracias.
Yeah, so the Georgia Guidestones went down. Boris resigned, sort of, from what I understand. He's not resigned yet, right? But he will be. I guess there was a record number of cabinet members that resigned along with him.
Yeah, that was the day after the Guidestones went down.
Yeah, the day after.
And also, that same day, OPEC leader died.
He died, yeah.
For anybody, that's the oil.
Producing economy countries.
Chairman or something like that. I mean, he was just one of the larger head figures.
Right. That's a big deal. That's a bigger deal than Boris resigning.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some screwy stuff going on. I don't know if it's all correlated, but
who knows, Boris stepping down. There's been all those that uprising in the Netherlands there, huh?
And what was the Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka charging the presidents.
They took over the fucking president's house. They were fucking fucking just taking over.
Insurrection.
It's an insurrection.
I wonder if they'll merge again with India. Probably not. But
yeah, so there's lots of world news that you would normally see if it was 10, 15 years ago. But now you don't see it because they don't want you getting any ideas.
Because the fucking media is owned by 6 people. It's the major news networks are owned by like 6 people.
I mean, I bet you they may have done like maybe if you look at CNN and their minutes, they probably have covered Sri Lanka and the other Netherlands probably for like less than 5 total altogether.
They're not even going to touch it.
Yeah. If not, they haven't even touched it. Yeah,
right.
it's maybe on the website.
There's
in
new
an
Hunter
article.
Biden videos out. I haven't heard anything from the mainstream media.
Mm-hmm. Him smoking crack.
In a fucking, he's in the isolation tank.
Yeah, like Joe Rogan. He's trying to be Joe Rogan on crack.
He goes into an isolation tank apparently to get better, and he's popping White Claws and smoking crack.
Why would you have a camera inside an isolation tank?
I don't know, and it's got fucking night vision on it.
Yeah. He's trying to do altered states. He's seeing if he's going to turn into an ape.
I don't know.
You remember that movie?
Oh, yeah. He passed away this
John
year.
Hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. There was a couple other Hollywood deaths this week, huh?
They were killed on purpose.
You think so?
No, but that's a conspiracy theory.
You know who was killed on purpose? Shinzo Abe.
Ooh, yes, he was definitely. Did you see that friggin' weapon?
I didn't see the weapon. I did see the video, and I was so confused by the video. Because there's that one bang, and they're all just kind of like...
I didn't see the video.
So they hear a bang, and they're not used to having guns there. So nobody's suspecting it.
Oh, it was like a firecracker or
they're all
something?
just standing around. Like, if that was in America, they would have been down, like 5 guys on top of him. The guy had a few seconds to make a second shot, and that's when he got him.
Jeez. Yeah, it was basically just 2 steel pipes duct taped to like a piece of 2x4, and somehow he had an ignition for some shotgun shells or something.
Those are all boomsticks that they used to make. They put a shotgun shell in there, a nail.
Just bap. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just made a friggin' double barrel boomstick.
That's it.
That's all.
Fucking, it was funny because that same day, up in Albany, Albany's up to their old tricks again. They're trying to pass a new bill that says when you register for a gun permit, that you got to surrender your social
media history for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
It's like the Supreme Court says no, and then Albany just rewrites it.
stupid.
It's fucking dumb.
Holchel's got to go.
She really does. She's a shit show. Holy fuck.
She's a shit bag.
Nobody voted for her.
Not a single person.
The governor she served off her was corrupt, was going to go to jail, but he was copped out and took the fucking sexual harassment charges instead. And then the lieutenant governor, the person she appoints, gets arrested within the fucking side of a week for taking money for campaigns and using it for his own purposes.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, she's got to be hiding something.
Oh, yeah. And she claims she speaks on God. Get the fuck out of here.
Speaks on what?
She claims she speaks for God. She was in Rochester at a church talking about it. And it's like, I don't think God's talking to you. Maybe he is. I mean, I'm not God, but what the fuck?
Pretty sure he ain't talking to you.
Give me some kind of proof if you're going to make that. Do a miracle or something before you start making these kind of claims. My God.
So, yeah, nobody voted for her. She's up there just passing, like, all these screwy rules, some by executive order.
Yeah. So
Oh, she got to go. She got to go.
this bill will probably pass, and it will probably make its way to the Supreme Court again and get shut down.
And shut down. Mm-hmm.
But it's so absurd. Like, what's next? Like, oh, you got to jump up and down for 2 weeks. Like, are they going to ask for your diary next? Like, what the fuck? Like, what's stopping people from erasing their social media accounts and then going to ask for a gun permit? It's just retarded. It's double jeopardy.
There's probably, this is what I was thinking, because me and Ty were talking about it. And he's like, are they going to be able to even give you a permit unless you have social media?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, if you can't meet the requirement, then you don't get one.
So now we're back to a symbiotic relationship with private enterprise,
Mm-hmm.
which was Giovanni Gentile's idea, the philosopher behind fascism. In your face.
Crazy.
And people just are like, oh, it's a good idea. I'm like, really? This is a good idea? I don't even own a gun, and I think it's a fucking retarded idea.
Yeah. What's the guy? Larry Elder? No, not Larry Elder.
He ran for Congress or governor.
Yeah, in California.
California.
And he got screwed. California. I was trying to think. I'm sorry, I'm having like food coma issues from the all the good food.
Yeah. The dog hair is pretty good too.
I'm getting a little nappy, nap time, people.
Yeah, so Shinzo there, he was shot dead, man. Right in public. You know, it's
Yeah, it's not a good thing. And did you see, like, not that it means anything, but former President Donald Trump come out immediately and made statements. And as last I knew, Biden hasn't said a damn thing about it.
probably knew that.
It's like, how can you not mention the former head of state of
Right.
Japan?
Right. How can you not?
An assassination. It's like, what the fuck?
Now, I saw a picture of them at a NATO meeting. I don't even know Japan was part of NATO. I don't think they are. But it was just all these pictures of Shinzo and Trump, and they're like mirroring each other, arms folded. Everyone else is upset, and they both got their arms folded sitting there. You know, just mimicking his energy all the time. So, from what I understand, he was very pro-Japan.
Yeah, he was a nationalist.
He was a nationalist, which worried some people in the Pentagon, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who they're. I do know that he's the most recognizable Japanese citizen, well, who was alive, you know.
Yeah, in recent memory.
Right, because I couldn't think of even another one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, I can't even think of another one. So that's that, you know. And that guy that shot him said it had nothing to do with politics. So you just shot it?
Maybe he was banging his own lady.
Maybe. I didn't think of that angle, but maybe
You know, he looked like a charismatic motherfucker.
He did. Maybe there was some private, personal reason why I shot him. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it.
Wisconsin banned ballot boxes or ballot drop-off boxes.
Yeah, that happened. Arizona made some arrest and
They did?
yeah, they arrested some lady for
Not the one that was on video from Veritas running her big stupid mouth. Yeah, I get like, you know, I have to make a phone call and I get like 5 per ballot or something like
yeah,
that.
it was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This lady she produced over 2,000 ballots
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah,
That's
like
the one they arrested.
that's
then.
20 grand.
Yeah, it's 20 grand. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. It's gaining more and more momentum. I do know that they're trying to pass a bill that affects the evidence presented in 2,000 Mules. It's an odd coincidence that they're trying to pass this now.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yeah, it has to do with the technology that tracks you. That's like, really? So when this is up on the table now and that's what the Republicans are bringing, suddenly that's not evidence anymore.
Yeah.
Even though it's convicted people.
Well, that's
for
what I
5
love.
times.
Every time somebody brings it up on the news, they're saying like, there was court cases and nothing was found. There are so many court cases and nothing was found. And that's all they say. And then the people are like, yeah, but the courts didn't even hear them.
Right.
There was no presentation or nothing.
Right.
It's like they didn't even get a chance. They just got thrown out.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
And it's-
cover up of some extent. It's definitely not the most secure.
It's not how the American justice system works. That's
No.
for sure.
Well, people don't even understand that. Like,
Mhm.
Roe versus Wade really made me understand that people just don't understand the justice system, right? And like you said last week, Democrats had fucking years to pass it as law in Congress.
Mm-hmm.
They own the Senate, they own the Congress,
Presidency.
they own the presidency. But Biden did put an executive order in making it legal again. I think that was yesterday.
What an idiot.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. It's just probably gonna get tossed out by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, we're getting into the realm of ridiculous.
It's just
fuckiness.
redundant. Like,
They're like, it's just fun to keep people fucking head going like this.
it's like I said of Albany, like the Supreme Court said no, so you rewrite it in different languages and try it again. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be no again. Like, obviously, they told you why it was a no, and then you went and did it again.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a no. Well, what if I put it like this?
What if I write it this way?
What if I rewrite it this way?
So now you have to give up your First Amendment rights and possibly Fourth Amendment rights to get your Second Amendment rights? Get the fuck out of here. It's bullshit. It's invasion of privacy.
It's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff.
It's all kinds of nonsense.
Speaking of not getting their day in court, fucking Canada, huh?
You were telling me this. What was it? One of the trucker women?
Yeah, and there's somebody that did something to do with Epstein too. They didn't get their day in court.
Okay.
I think one of the trucker women they put in jail, and the other
Mhm.
guy didn't get his day in court because up there the banking system crashed. The fucking electronic internet there
Went down
Went
yesterday or 2 days ago?
I think it was 2 days ago. And I was getting messages from Canucks like, yo, shit's bad up here. Look into it. And I was like, what?
Yeah, well, Canucks. Just friends that you
Actually,
know?
I don't really know them in real life.
They're just sending messages out.
Well, I do have friends on Facebook that are
Right,
Canadian,
but you don't know in real life.
I've never met them in real life.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, well,
I've
saw
talked
that.
to them for years, though.
I feel like that's a... Any of them watch the show?
No, but
We'll get them to.
I'll try. Jean, thank you. Wherever you
Gene, come on, tune in now.
are.
Every Saturday.
Saturday.
At 5.
Um,
We ain't here for nothing.
yeah, so they put one of the trucker ladies in a penalty box.
Oh, God, here we go.
And the Canucks are claiming that the league is broken and that the refs are corrupt. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't really understand it. I guess they're worried about civil war up there now because of this shit. I don't know. There's no way to contain that in Canada, first of all. There's no way to contain anything in Canada. There's fucking sign-in spots between the two countries.
You just got to put up that thick plexiglass between the crowd and the game.
Yeah.
Between the players and the fucking, fans.
Yeah, I don't know if there'll be a civil war. I guess we'll see if the bench is clear. Fucking figure it out.
It sounds like it's not good. I mean, they've already shown their willingness to just go ahead and say we're going to turn you off from the spigot of society
Oh, yeah.
if you do something we don't like. That's
Right.
what they did with the trucker woman.
It's funny up there because everything is everything by it's everything's still expressed as the crown. So when
Mhm.
you listen to court cases, like, well, the crown, I'm like, you have no fucking crown. You don't even. Anyway, it's just tradition they have up there. But the coincidence part is that somebody that was supposed to testify as part of the Epstein case connected to human trafficking was supposed to testify, and then everyone went down and got canceled.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see there.
Yeah.
So Canada is pretty. A lot of Canadians are pretty upset right now, as I understand it. There's a guy, Barnes. Actually, I watch. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, I watch Barnes.
Yeah.
He's usually hanging out with who the fuck's he casts with Viva a lot.
I don't know. I've only seen him. I think maybe I've seen the other guy.
What's Viva's other fucking thing? He's got like the glasses and the curly hair.
Oh, I thought that was Barnes. Oh no, I guess you're right.
No, Barnes is the big guy with the bald head and
I'm so
and the
confused
white
now.
mustache.
I thought he was talking to me. Anyway,
Maybe he was talking to you.
because I was commenting live, and that's my handle.
Oh, maybe he thought you were the other Barnes.
Maybe, I don't know.
Viva thought you were the other Barnes.
Maybe.
You've been had, Viva La Frey or whatever the fuck is. What is it? Viva Fry.
I don't know.
Viva Fry.
I think he's half Canadian, half American, or something.
Glasses, curly hair.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Viva
Looks
Fry.
Italian.
Barnes is the other lawyer. That's a big, heavy-set dude, smokes cigars and bald head, and he actually helped Alex Jones a little bit on a few
Oh, I gotta
cases.
check that out.
Helped good old AJ.
Good old AJ.
Yeah, I know he's scary. AJ's scary.
So Elon's really making the news this week, huh?
Well, first he asked where the list was, right?
Where's the list?
Where's the list?
I want the bots.
And then Twitter's deal goes south.
Oh, I don't know about bots. What bots? What do you mean we got bots?
And then I heard Twitter may take legal action to make him buy it for the money he proposed, which I don't think is true.
I don't know if that's possible.
Well, you know, they're all going to fucking claim, like, you broke the contract. No, you broke the contract. No, you broke the contract.
Yeah.
You broke the contract.
And then he triggered a bunch of people by posting a plate of food.
I didn't see that. What was the plate of food about?
I think it was just his breakfast. He took a picture of his breakfast. People were outraged.
People love to be outraged.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Outrage.
Outrage. What else did he do? He's been subtly mimicking Trump lately. And
Trunk.
he's been putting some subtle QAnon nods out there.
Didn't see that. Did you actually see the Hadron Collider's satanic worship fucking ceremony?
Oh, yeah. That was years ago.
That was years ago?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was a new video.
No. They're all like dressed up. And
In
they're
black,
yeah,
and they're
that-
around it's a fake sacrificial woman.
Right. That was
Mhm.
like 4 years ago that came out.
I thought that was new.
No, it's creepy, though.
Why are you doing that by a friggin' science place?
Because these people,
They're Satan worshippers.
yeah, they don't have any spirituality whatsoever. They're not part of that realm. They don't worry about their soul. They don't,
But you're still doing a ritual,
Yeah, they're still doing a ritual.
so they gotta believe in something other than the fucking flesh. They're like
Oh.
doing something that's metaphysical.
If you believe you're God, then I don't know if that really...
You make up your own damn rituals.
Yeah, I guess it don't matter. Which is part of it. I mean, I don't know. That shit gets really deep, and we'll get banned.
For talking about CERN.
If I start getting into it, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll get banned.
yeah, we don't want that.
We don't want that.
I wonder if we got our own handler now. Somebody's watching, like, hi, YouTube handler.
We got 3 wonderful souls watching us right now.
Yeah, me, you, and someone else.
I'm not watching.
You're not.
No, so we got 2.
Woohoo!
I don't think it counts you.
And
if
it
you're-
might not count me. No.
I don't think it counts.
So we got 3 OG people
3
watching.
wonderful, blossoming,
We're
inquisitive
We're
souls.
killing it. I did do a little marketing on the old Tim Pool fucking.
Oh, did you?
I was like just putting out, Sanctimonious Men
Yeah.
live on Saturdays.
Well, keep the faith, and soon we'll have 4.
Well, you know what happened? The week before that, we crashed. I was doing that. So
Okay.
I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I have a suspicion it was the sound card that made
I think it
the
was-
skipping, and it might have been having to do with once we got shut down in the feed,
Yeah.
and then the feed came back, and
Right.
the sound card tried to pick it up, and the buffering was fucked
Fucked
up.
up. Yeah. Makes sense. Jesse got his fucking banned. Well,
Jesse
flagged.
Clayton?
Jesse Ventura. Jesse the Body. That's what we were watching.
Juicy Smollett?
Juicy Smollett. No, I don't.
I know what you're saying. Jesse the Body and his
Yeah.
clip. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
All right. So
They don't like hearing about that medical stuff.
no, they don't like that. So that was Elon. Massive bacon recall.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking Jesus, really? They're trying to kill us.
I didn't see the bacon. I haven't eaten the bacon in a while, so
Oh.
that's good. I don't have like a lot of. I don't eat a lot because I'm lonely and poor.
Oh, I'm on the poverty diet.
Yeah,
It's been working
I
out.
bet you're. Oh no, you're lucky. You
Oh,
got a
yeah.
you got a living.
Cook and roommate there.
Yeah, roommate,
roommate.
chef, friggin'.
Cooks all the time. Though I guess she cooks more than now that I'm there. But whatever.
Getting fat. My brother Ty always says that. It's like, oh, my wife does this feed me. I'm getting fat. I'm like, yeah, right, Ty. Yeah, you're getting
Right,
fat.
Getting fat. Yeah, so I guess the bacon had some metal in it there.
Metal,
Yeah. Metal in the bacon.
heavy metal, bro.
Heavy metals in the bacon.
What kind of bacon? Maple.
I'm not sure. I think it was a bunch, but it's I did recognize the brand name because I do buy it.
So this is New York State wide bacon recall because of metal in bacon.
According to WPDH, they published an article on July 7th
Mm.
stating that over 185,000 pounds of bacon sold nationwide and in New York State are being recalled for extraneous materials. The U.S. Department of Agricultural, Food Safety and Inspection Service announced Smithfield Packaged Meats Corporation, Smithfield Bacon. That was on sale in Price Chopper last week.
I wonder why.
They're out of Sioux Center, Iowa, and they recalled about 185,610 pounds of ready-to-eat bacon topping products. The baking is being recalled because it may contain extraneous materials, specifically metal, according to the Food Service Industry Safety Board. Yeah, so they're feeding us metal.
And nanoplastics, microplastics, and who knows what else.
All right, so yeah, that was disturbing. I was like, "Fuck, I love bacon." Damn it, bacon's extra thick bacon.
Yeah, but I'm sure you're not cooking or buying bacon.
I mean, I get bacon every day almost.
You get bacon every day,
Not every day, just about. I had bacon yesterday.
like breakfast Sammys.
Oh yeah, bacon breakfast, bacon cheeseburgers.
Bacon cheeseburgers.
I do got more on Elon. So Elon mentioned thing about he's helping out the population collapse, and him and Nick Cannon had a little exchange where they're high-fiving each other virtually about helping the population collapse. And then I realized a lot of people don't understand what population collapse means, so I thought I'd get into it a little bit.
Now you know. Oh wait, we don't know yet. Go
You know,
ahead.
yeah. So it's not actually that everyone's going to die off. That's not it. The population collapse refers to, well, nations going broke and going under because of population. So what it basically means is that there's a lot of old people collecting pensions, they're collecting Social Security, they're getting they're collecting on their investments, and they're living longer. So there's more people that are living past the working age now than there used to be, and they're living longer, which is a greater strain on the system, right? And so in order to keep the system going, they got to create new taxpayers. But there's not enough new taxpayers being born at the moment to support the millennials when they get older. They were worried about this with the boomers because we were a small generation. But
I seen that too. I've seen it. I've heard about it.
now the problem
And
is
they're for sure saying right now there's not enough people having babies to support them.
throughout the Western world. That's
And
the
Elon's
problem.
been saying that for a while.
It's throughout the Western world.
Mhm.
It's not true with India and China necessarily, though they did have some problems in that.
Maybe
one.
that's why they're trying to pump in all these immigrants.
Well, that's how you offset a little bit. You pump in immigrants. Now, the problem with immigrants is, Well, it's good for us because they're probably the best and brightest amongst them. They're the most adventurous, the most driven, or wealthy. They just got the funds to get here. So those things are good for us. The thing is that they have to be a working age and paying taxes for that long and order enough to set it off, right? So you can't have immigrants that come into the country and retire in 5 years and then live for 20 more because they're going to be sucking off the system for 20 years when they only worked for 5.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the immigrants can offset it a little bit. Now, the problem is that it's infecting the entire Western world. So if we start taking all the best from Mexico, or Mexico is going through the same problem, not creating enough people to pay the older generation, it's only going to expedite their collapse faster than ours.
Okay.
And then that's going to be a big fucking problem for us, too.
Everything's our problem.
It's not all our problem. But when shit happens in Cuba, Mexico, Canada, yeah, it's our fucking problem.
Yeah, here we go. It says Twitter vows legal fight after Musk pulls out a $44 billion deal.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did you see this one? This one, I don't know what's going on. I didn't even get in reading the article, but billboards popping up in Russia reading Alaska is ours.
We paid you for it. What the fuck?
We paid you for
You
it.
got cash. Bullshit.
Well, here, let me take a look.
Try going to Alaska. See how that works out for you. We have so many more people up there than they do, comparatively to Siberia or whatever, Kamchatka.
It says, in a rather suspiciously timed coincidence, several billboards reading Alaska is ours appeared in Siberia on Thursday, the day after State Duma Speaker Yavaslav Volodin suggested Russia take back Alaska from the United States in retaliation for sanctions.
Retaliation for sanctions?
Volodin is the top man in the Duma, the lower house of the Russian parliament, and a very aggressive ally of strongman Vladimir Putin. He is prone to backing up Putin's policies with blustery threats, as when he threatened last month to make Europe disappear in a nuclear fireball if Western governments provide Ukraine with nuclear weapons.
Yeah, we shouldn't provide Korean nuclear weapons.
No,
It's fucking
fuck
nuts.
no.
They had their own. They gave them up. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
I got one word
You paid for it.
for Russia
You got a receipt.
that wants to take Alaska.
What?
Right.
One word. Barnes has got one word for Russians that want to take back Alaska.
Wolverines!
Oh my God, dude! Thanks for this. You got to go back off the mic even a little bit more
All right,
when you
next-
do that
next
crazy
time.
shit.
That wasn't crazy.
Not right here. Like way back here.
Wolverines.
Wolverines!
Yeah, that's it. That's what I got for them. Wolverines.
Yeah.
Partisan rock, man. Partisan rock.
Kids just hiding in the snow with AKs. And their friggin' assault weapons.
Assault weapons. Then that dirtbag sells them out. Anyway. Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Did you look into Biden giving away our oil or selling
I heard
our oil?
about that. I heard that some ended up in China.
Mm-hmm.
So that was unusual. It happened to go through a deal that Hunter had dealings with. You know, a company that Hunter had dealings with. The deal went through.
Here we go. Here's the goddamn.
All I know is that the fucking Philippines was pissed.
Top oversight Republican in Congress demands testimony. Documents from Biden officials on oil reserve sale to Hunter-linked Chinese firm. So, yeah, the Washington Free Beacon's Colin Anderson released a bombshell report that the Biden's Department of Energy sold 1 million barrels to Unipec, the trading arm of Sinopec. Sinopec is wholly owned and operated by the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah, Sinopec.
Sinopec.
That means Chinese.
According to the report, Biden's son, Hunter Biden, reportedly has financial ties to the CCP-owned Sinopec, a private equity firm Hunter co-founded, reportedly purchased roughly $2 billion stake in Sinopec marketing in 2015.
Coincidence. Ain't that some shit?
Oh, so it says a private equity firm Hunter co-founded reportedly purchased $2 billion in stake in Sinopec. Oh,
Biden said that we gotta pay.
they're scumbags.
Yeah,
we
they're
gotta get
scum.
rid of them. We gotta get rid of them.
He said
They're
this week
scumbags.
we gotta pay for extra gas for as long as
As long as it takes. It's like he's just
Why?
really pissing in America's face
as long as it takes.
and saying, "Hey, this is a fun parade, folks."
You know where that reminds me of? Remember when Bush was talking about the endless crusade against fucking Islam?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was that, Bush? We don't want to be involved in endless crusades, and I don't want to pay extra for gas for as long as it takes. I survived when Ukraine was underneath Moscow's control. I was fine. I was actually the happiest years of my life. I was a little kid running around the heights.
watching Red Dawns
Watching Red
on
Dawn.
the TVs.
Rocky 5, whatever. Or was that 4? I think it was 4.
That was 4 with the robot. I heard they just Sylvester just went and re-edited that and took out the robot
Why?
because he said it was too 80s, too corny, has nothing to do with
come
Rocky.
on.
Paulie's robot's gone from
Fuck that.
Rocky 4. Heads up,
Bullshit.
spoilers.
Bullshit. That was the 80s.
So, so anyhow, you're saying, yeah, you did fine with Ukraine.
Oh, yeah,
Under-
they were good times.
Mm-hmm. And now we have to pay for it.
Now we got to pay for
Now
it.
it's-
So.
Now we have to bend over the American people,
Yeah, now we got to bend over.
and we got to pay for other people's weapons when they're trying to take ours.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard one to swallow.
Another thing I saw this week, Putin attended a play that starred Zelensky.
Zelensky was in the play.
He was in the play.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You're lying.
No, I saw it. It was like 10 years ago or more.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just like last week he went to
No,
a play
no,
with
no,
Zelensky doing
no.
something.
Zelensky was in a play as an actor
Uh-huh.
10, 12 years ago.
A lot of people don't even realize Zelensky was an actor. Still, well, that was like one of our first shows was reporting on Zelensky being
An actor.
a friggin' comedian who basically just hypnotized people and thinking he was the president.
Right. And it's funny because this week I also found an old clip from Supergirl cartoon where this faceless man is telling about the conspiracy, and he's got all the like lines on the wall of the pictures and the rope or string
Mhm.
connect. And he's like, yeah, there's going to be actors as politicians. And they're like, what's all this got to do with anything?
Jeez.
Predictive programming, man.
That's what programming is. It's not predictive, it's just programming. Right?
Yeah, it's just programming, I guess. You're right.
So, what else happened this week? Well, we finished the skate park upgrade. That's awesome.
Cool.
I mean, this is local news. Sorry, we're flip-flopping back.
Flip and flop.
We don't have papers to look at no more. We're just
winging it.
We're just wingers now.
Winger.
Kip Winger.
I mean, we got 4
She's
people watching.
only
you know?
17.
17. Totally 80s.
Oh man.
So that's you finished the skate park. That's cool.
We didn't even talk about local news when we got going.
I didn't have much except for the fireworks.
What'd you do this week?
I built little guys.
More model making.
I have so many.
When are we gonna do a show or a segment on that?
I don't know, man. I thought about bringing some in and making some molds here while I was sitting here, pouring up some plaster, dental stone.
I mean,
That's
if anybody's got any ideas for how we could format Barnes's new model making show, just put them in the comments.
Now, here's the thing, and I see this being a problem. I got to get some dental stone, right? Not a big deal.
I know your guy.
Who?
Jack Peeler.
Oh, he can't get it
Why not?
because it's controlled.
Because he's low level.
Yeah.
He's just a bum.
And this, it's only
You're
available.
telling me he's just a bum.
Right. There's only
Come on.
4 places in the U.S. you can get it, right?
Dental stone?
Yeah.
I thought you. All right.
They
I thought-
ship it all over to fucking North America, but there's 4 places. The closest one to us is in Massachusetts, and it's relatively cheap by itself if you could get to a store that sold it and put it in your car.
Well, let's go get some.
You can't do that though. You gotta
Why?
order it
Why do you got to order it?
because it's fucking controlled. I don't know why it's
Controlled over what? What do they use it in people's mouths? Why is
Yeah.
it called dental stone?
because the dentists use it
Okay. What for?
to make teeth,
Okay.
false teeth, yeah, or dentures or whatever, or fucking inserts, caps.
And it's controlled.
Yeah, for some fucking reason.
I don't get what's going on. So
Anyway.
you got to order it.
You got to order it, right? And there's only 4 places in the US.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is the closest. The next closest is Arkansas, right? And that's not a big deal. The problem is you can only buy it in bulk. All right, so I can order 35 pounds at once, and it's only going to cost me $40 for the product.
But shipping.
But the shipping's going to be $200. It's like, holy shit, really? Fucking just driving to Massachusetts, I can't just go there.
I bet you we could go find some in Massachusetts.
We might be able to. I've been.
I know your guy,
Who?
Chris Bernard,
How's he going to have?
geologist.
What's that got to do with anything?
He knows stones. He can find you your dentist stone.
No.
You telling me he's a bum?
I'm not saying he's a bum. I'm just fucking saying. I'm just saying it's difficult.
Sorry, guys. He's
not
calling
illegal.
you bums. I can't help him.
I keep putting words in my mouth. Yeah, so that's what I came to realize. Like it would make it so much easier if I just had a stronger material.
Soapstone
No,
sucks.
can't even pour soapstone.
It's like the wax of stones.
Clay, I've tried, but it shrinks a little.
What do you need? What are you making?
Make
Men,
worlds.
worlds, and
got
you
it.
want stuff that doesn't shrink and is hard.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get some dental stone, but I gotta order it.
What are you gonna carve out of the stone?
You don't carve anything out of it. You put it into a mold.
What do you mean? You melt it?
No. So I got a silicone mold, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a gravity mold compared to an injection mold. And so basically you pour the plaster in there.
Okay.
Right? Get all the bubbles out.
Little.
Shake her up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you let it harden. You level it out, right? Because these are measured down to the millimeter. So you level it out. A lot of them you have to glue together to make one piece. They're like a half of something.
Right, half molds.
Right. And the problem is that there's some delicate pieces or smaller molds, right? That when you're using normal plaster, they'll break, right? So like ladders, have a lot of negative space.
Yeah. Very delicate.
Very delicate, hard to get out. Anything that has a lot of angle. Fragility. Yeah.
So how the fuck are you gonna get this dentist stone into this mold?
Well, I'm gonna buy the dentist stone.
And then carve a ladder?
No.
You're not doing a very good job at explaining what you're doing with this fucking
It's like
stone.
plaster. It's not real stone.
There we go. Okay.
It's
like
not real stone. It's just called dental stone. Because it has the capacity.
Is it a stone?
No, it's a plaster.
Okay.
But it's got the strength of
So
stone.
it's a chemically made
Yes.
thing.
Yeah. It's a powder. You add water, I'm assuming, or something else. Maybe acetate. I don't know.
It's not a stone.
It's
I
not a
gotcha.
stone. It just has the same.
Did you already ask Jack?
Yeah.
He said, fuck you.
He can't get that.
All right.
I knew he couldn't get when I asked him.
Well, at least you tried.
He said they guard it. And they do.
So he knows where it is.
Yeah, he knows what it is. I'm sure he's using something. I mean, you could carve into it, but that's not what I'm doing with it.
It's pourable.
It's pourable.
And you like it because it's harder than...
It's as hard as stone. Some stones. They have different...
No, what's the deal? Why wouldn't you... Oh, well, it's got super low shrinking... Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you use some type of mortar or like...
Some people use gypsum.
Cement.
Yeah, but gypsum's not very hard. Cement will stick to the silicone.
Well, not if you put a release agent in there.
I don't have one.
Diesel.
Diesel will burn the silicone. You can't even use them for a chocolate. They're delicate. Chocolate's burns too hot.
For your latex molds?
They're silicone, but yeah.
Silicone molds, yeah. I mean, you could bring... Well, I guess you bought pre-made ones.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they're architectural molds. Right. So the guy who makes them, he was an architect, and he would make molds for his projects, and then he decided, I'm going to make them for models. And that's where we're at. There's like 5 or 6 different companies that make the molds.
I bought a food safe one, rubber, urethane, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
for chocolate.
Sure.
So
Yeah, they exist. You can get those everywhere.
yeah. So
Right.
maybe you can cast and then recast, and you can use higher temperature stuff.
I mean, you could, but I can't get the parts that I want in a food mold.
Why? They're too big?
No, they're too precise. They're too. They're. I'm not going to get the molds that I'm looking for.
That's what I mean. You cast one of your things, the mold,
Oh yeah, I can do that.
and then you recast it into the food mold, which is
I mean, I could just make another silicone mold.
with a higher temp.
Yeah, I could.
That's what I'm saying.
But
a higher vulcanization rate.
Now the problem is that the harder the silicone, the less detail you can get.
Well, food molds are softer. They're
They're
very
softer, but they're harder than the molds
the
I use.
durometer is pretty low.
They're harder than the molds I use.
What's your durometer?
I don't know what the durometer is. I'll send you a link to it. You can ask. It's got all the answers right there.
Okay, all right.
What else?
So we need to get some of that dental stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some dental stone this week or next week. Yeah,
It's going to cost you $250 for 30.
I don't think it's gonna cost me $250, but about $200 though,
Okay,
because it's about $50 for itself
it's controlled.
to some extent. Yeah,
That is insane.
I don't know what to tell you.
Why is that? Maybe because of the chemical reaction.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that there's only 4 places in the United States where you can get it, and they do all of the shipping for the dental stone throughout the United States. I can either go to Massachusetts, and if
You
they,
can't go to Massachusetts.
well, I can order it from Massachusetts. The next closest place is in fucking Arkansas. The next closest place is in like fucking Utah, and the next
Yeah.
closest place is in California.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't quite understand it. the legal ramifications of this material.
I'm going to understand it right now.
I got so Zimbabwe.
Yeah, they got some shit going down.
Yeah, their money's not worth shit anymore. Collapsed. So now the Zimbabwe government is going to be handing out or selling solid gold coins for back to gold.
Is that near the place that just found their big mine?
Somewhat. You're talking about what was that? Who found the mine?
40 billion in gold or something like that?
Who found the mine? South Sudan?
I
It's
forget.
quite a ways from South Sudan now I think about it, but yeah, but that means that Zimbabwe is going back to the gold standard. That should be interesting. Which Russia just did, which saved them.
Who? What? Russia? Oh, it saved. Yeah, they went back to the gold standard. It's almost like America doesn't want to go back to the gold standard.
We can't
We just can't.
because of the petrodollar. We have all the OPEC countries trading for, well, mostly trading for fossil fuels in dollars. So it means they got to have dollar reserves on hand in order to buy fossil fuels. And what the scumbags do with that is that the deal is that OPEC trades for everything in dollars. They invest their profits back into the United States, and then we give them interest on that. We use that money to help supply the Defense Department. But the banks do, this is the biggest scam, they just create money out of nowhere. So in the split second that the transaction is happening, they invest that money. I don't know how or why or even how that even makes sense or how a fucking few second investment can actually make you money, but it does.
Well, if it's a large enough investment.
A large enough investment, yes.
I've seen these things when I was studying the Bitcoin and the exchanges in cryptocurrency. They had like a lot of people are hyped on it. I was really hyped on it. The way you can program a contract, these, what are tokens, to do stuff for you. And it's like you could make a flash loan. So you could make a flash loan where you borrow, say, $1 million from somebody, you invest it for 1 minute, and you send them back their $1 million, and you get to keep whatever you made in
Right.
1 minute.
Right. You get to keep the $1,000 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they're doing that with billions and trillions of dollars
Mm-hmm.
between major oil companies.
Yeah.
Banks are doing that in between the transactions for seconds.
Yeah.
And I guess when you're talking about that much money, if that's $1 million inside of a minute, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's all who you know. That's what that comes down to.
It's goddamn ridiculous.
Yeah, just funny money.
It's faux money. It's a debt system. It can't keep going on. Like we're trying to keep Ukraine on it right now. And we still haven't forgiven their debt. IMF still hasn't forgiven Ukraine's debt. So it's all bullshit.
It may have something to do with making drugs, dental stone.
Does it?
I don't know. It's just like I got a bunch of weird search results when I typed in why is dental stone controlled. And maybe it was the control thing, but it was like some drug stuff come up.
Could be. I don't know. I was just surprised to find it wasn't that easy to get. I mean, it's not hard to get. You just got to order it, but you can't just go to your craft store and pick it up. I was like, fuck. Yeah.
But
And what I'm looking for is a specific type of stone. I forget what it's called.
type 4?
No, it's not even.
There's a bunch of different types.
Somebody came along and said, hey, gamers are using this. I should make some for gamers. But you can still only get it from the same distributor. So I think it's called like Excalibur, or maybe that's the one I don't want. But I want Flowstone. And what Flowstone is, it doesn't have any bubbles. It's chemically engineered, so it doesn't keep any bubbles in it.
Wow. Yeah.
So you get a perfect pour every time. Normally, what I have to do is I'm supposed to have a shake table, but I'm fucking too lazy to buy one or make one.
Did you use the sander?
I did. It didn't really work out that well.
Too fast.
It just
The micro vibrations.
didn't work out that well. I don't know. It scuffed the table a little bit, and I had it
What
taped up.
table?
I had it taped to the table.
Not even to the bottom? To the top?
I had it taped to the bottom. Yeah.
Oh. Well, then you're never going to see that scuff.
No, but it shook off by itself, and it fucked up the. I didn't have a piece of sandpaper on there, so that the friction fucked up the
pad.
the Velcro.
Velcro.
Right. But I'll figure something.
Is it variable speed?
The sander?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you try different speeds? Yeah. Not good results.
I didn't get good results for it. It works as far as like what it was supposed to do.
You need a vacuum. That's what you need. You need a vacuum pot.
They sell shake tables. You can get a thing that you hook to the table. It's only like $40. I just never bought one.
But there's a jewelry store right down in right before Kingston. What the fuck's that called? But you could get some vacuum stuff. They can sell it right there.
Even like a paint mixer would work if I connected it to the table.
Okay. Yeah.
They have those.
Let's make one.
A shake table?
Yeah.
If you want, sure. I got nothing to do.
We could 3D print all the parts and then we could cast them out of aluminum.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can print aluminum?
Well, no, you print the 3D plastic and then you put the plastic in the plaster, then you melt out the plastic by putting it in like a little bake oven or something,
right.
and then you just pour the aluminum in
I didn't know that.
into your plaster. Yeah.
That's
we got to kill-
aluminium for those.
That's aluminium for all you British people.
Yeah, for you British folks. Aluminium.
But yeah, it's something I've been wanting to mess around with. I just haven't done any aluminum pours out of 3D printed stuff. I just got Blender working really good on the new computer, so that's good.
Program?
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I've seen it in work.
You should come over someday and fucking hang out, and we'll just design a
me over.
character.
Invite my ass over.
Hey, you want to come over?
Yeah, I'm coming over. Give me a day. Give me a day. I'm coming over and make my own schedule.
All right, back to the news, right? We've been just bullshitting for the last half hour.
Yeah, so Zimbabwe, they went broke. And in order to try to save the currency, they're selling gold coins now. The coins are redeemable for cash, so they're going to be going off the gold standard. They're going to reverse the whole thing.
Jeez. Sri Lankan Prime Minister to resign after protests over a collapsed economy.
He got kicked out. So
You got fucking the boot.
bum rushed. Fucking January 6th style, except for real.
Yeah. What do they call that? An insurrection?
Insurrection.
January 6th in Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Coming soon. Again.
Again
And again. Tuck Speedman. Again.
What the hell did I find here?
Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of news this week, man. All kinds.
I got more. So, I heard about the study. Let me find it.
What study?
It was a brain study.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that before the show. Very interesting study. You can more or less
Figure out.
you can say
Predict how someone votes. Their political association.
their political affiliation
Right.
by showing them pictures of disgusting stuff.
Well, they record your brain waves.
They record. It's an MRI.
Yeah.
We got you in an MRI type machine showing you pictures, and they show you gross stuff.
All right, so here it is. Professor Reed Montague.
Montague.
Professor Reed Montague, Virginia Tech and University College of London, he conducted a study where he put people into an MRI machine. He recorded their brain waves during the MRI session. He would show them pictures. The first thing he quotes that he shows them is a murdering process, right? So somebody's got a knife up to somebody else's throat, and he records the brain waves, right? Shows them rotten food, injuries, grotesque injuries, accidents, inappropriate behavior, things of that nature. And what he's trying to incite is basically a gag reflex or a disgust.
Induce.
Yeah, induce. He's trying to induce a disgust response from their brain, right? And what he found is that he would have these people go in and he would record their brainwave activity while they're being shown these disgusting pictures and images, and then he would have them fill out a political survey
Right afterwards.
Right afterwards, and he made a correlation, him and his team, that connects. They've done a report on this now.
Montague.
Right, Montague.
Go look it up.
Professor Reed Montague. The correlation is equal to a disgust response and how you vote, right? And what he found is that liberals, this is in England, tended to not have a disgust response to anything. They didn't find any problem with any of it. Even the murder scenes and stuff like that, they didn't have the disgust response in their brain activity. Where conservatives in England would have the disgust response in order to summon the stimulus. So that's pretty interesting because disgust is connected with empathy, you know. And people that don't have a disgust response, that's a trait of a psychopath or sociopath, who don't have any empathy. So that's interesting.
It's kind of what the subversion is in American culture now.
Oh yeah.
They're basically trying to get everybody to be like, everything's all right. It's like even pedophilia.
Yes.
They're trying to like get people to be like okay with that, like the minor attracted people.
Right.
So why are you changing names of things for things that should be fucking foul?
Right. They should be foul. We shouldn't be talking about kids about sex. What the fuck?
Yeah.
My parents would have flipped out if some adult started talking to me about sex.
Yeah. And there's like nothing. No, I'm so, I get it.
And now it's like, get it. Yeah. It's like, no, we know that.
There's morals. You got to have some fucking.
Got to have some morals. We know that engaging children in sexual activities with adults before they're ready is,
it's not good.
Yeah, it messes
Not
up their
good for
psyche, shatters their ego. It fucking does
Shatters their psyche.
You know, it's directly connected with child abuse is sexual child abuse is directly connected to dissociative disorder.
Well, it's the same thing with like
borderline personality disorders.
Murder. What else were they showing them that was grossing them out? There was like food on the floor.
Rotten food with flies in it, and you know,
Foul stuff.
Foul stuff. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about it. But stuff you're not supposed to, inappropriate stuff. Yeah. And they found that they had no gag reflex for this. Now, the strange thing about this is that, you know, there's been correlations between the Nazis and the feeling of disgust because it's, I mean, I've heard Jordan Peterson talk about it while he was reading Hitler's Table Talk or whatever.
Oh my!
Some book that he talks about a lot, where it was about dinner conversations of Hitler or something. But he found one of the themes in that book was disgust. So it's a double-edged sword, really.
Right. I could see that too. When I first saw that study and I was reading the article the other day, I was like, oh, it's got to be the liberals who are disgusted because it's like they're disgusted by everything. It's like,
no.
To me, it made that seem, to me, it would be like, well, it's outrage. They're outraged by everything.
No.
It's not disgust.
No. It's an actual lack of brain activity when given disgusting stimulus.
Mm-hmm.
They don't acknowledge it as disgusting. So it makes you wonder, you know, if they're not all this horrible stuff, if their brain isn't recording this as disgusting.
Well, I almost feel like, too, they could be like, I don't know. They're just overthinking it. And in the process of overthinking, they don't want to answer wrong. So maybe they answer in a way they think that they're making themselves seem more intelligent.
Maybe. I don't know. There was no correlation between the number of synapses firing off or IQ and political affiliation. So who knows?
There are a lot of smart people, dumb as fuck.
True.
A lot of dumb people that just get it and could see simplicity of it all.
I mean, there's some things where like, all right, you're like, oh, that's a coincidence. And then like some things are like, all right, that's 15 coincidences in a row. Is that even possible? Like, is that mathematically possible?
Yeah. And then you get like someone quote unquote stupid to be like, well, goddamn, that's easy to figure out, blah, blah, blah. And then the other person be like, quote unquote intelligent person be like, well, hold up and let's just think about it a little bit more. And maybe it's not what it's looking like and we could think of it in a different way. And it's like, that's a lot of coincidences there, bud.
There was a lot of resignations in the Vatican this week, too.
The Vatican?
Yeah. That's another thing that
I did not pick that up on my radar.
I follow Catholic news. I don't know. I'm a sedevacanist.
A baconist?
Sedevacanist.
I thought
Basically means I think that the Pope's been corrupt since 77.
Okay.
And the John Paul II was compromised. They shot his ass.
Dead.
They didn't shoot him dead, but
not dead. They shot him.
They shot him, and then he changed a lot of his policies.
That's when he got compromised after he was attempted?
That's when they're like, we could reach you, yeah. Because the guy before him was in for 33 days or whatever. And then he died on the 33rd day.
Holy shit. That's a nice number.
Yeah, it's a unusual number, huh?
It's almost as good as 72.
No coincidence there. And then the nun that cared for him, that cared for the Pope and found him dead, she took a vow of silence that day. And the Vatican recognizes his vow of silences, and so does the Italian government if they're made by the Vatican. Fucking ridiculous. God damn it. And here's another thing.
It's too many coincidences, you know?
Here's another damn thing. The Vatican has been talking about taxing the churches for fucking 50 years. And suddenly Democrats think it's a great idea to tax the churches. Why are you doing what the Vatican wants? If you tax the churches, you're going to end up with Catholics and synagogues and some Muslims. And that's it. Everything else is going to be gone because they can't afford it, right? There's nobody in the fucking churches. The Catholics have outside income, packed churches in Latin America. They have more resources than anybody. They'll fucking pay. We'll end up with Catholics, synagogues, and what are they called? What do the Muslims have?
Mosques.
Mosque. Yeah. And that will be it. All the Protestants will be gone, most of them, because they can't afford it.
I want to bring this up, man. I don't know why this popped into my head. Why is Nicole Kidman teaching people how to eat bugs?
Because they want us off beef.
Did you see that video?
I didn't, but...
You hear about it?
No, I didn't.
It was like last week. Nicole Kidman all dressed up super nice. And she's like, today I'm going to show you how to eat bugs. And she had like a couple different bugs. And she was just sitting there eating them like, what is going on?
They don't plan on giving us food anymore.
That's pretty much it. I think they just decided we're going to turn off the meat faucet.
Yeah, well, not only the meat faucet, but the grain faucet. All right. There's a lot of
Fertilization faucet.
fertilization. Look at what's just happening in the Netherlands. Trying to close down a third of the fucking farms.
Yeah.
People are going to starve to death.
Well, I guess there's a lot of American farmers that are getting paid to not farm.
Yeah, it's because it's the depopulation fucking agenda, and that's what it is.
Like
That's
Klaus Schwab.
everything helps the depopulation agenda.
Did you see Klaus's fucking new video?
No.
It's pretty fucked up. It's fucked.
What he say?
He's like, the body language and everything is bullshit. Because he's sitting there all nice and happy, like, yeah, everything's good. We are going to change the world. Well, you know, this and a that and a that and a this. And then he goes, but remember, we will not be safe until everyone is completely vaccinated.
Fucking
And he like
nuts.
pulls up makes a fist and starts shaking it at the camera. I'm
Really?
like, that's a threat.
Yeah, it's a threat. Yeah.
Guy's a piece of shit.
No shit. It's definitely a big piece of shit. And, you know, these people,
They think we're just the eaters.
yeah, and eventually people are going to get sick of it. They might be too late. A lot of us might die, but we're going to kill these people eventually.
They're gonna have to go.
They're going to have to go. We're going to have to start over, whatever.
Mhm.
But
They gotta go.
they're controlling the supply lines.
They own the supply lines.
They own the money, and they're trying to kill us
Mm-hmm.
slowly but surely. They're not doing it. They're not trying to fight you. They're not going to try to shoot you. They're going to try to poison you or starve you out.
Right. Yeah, they're not coming at you with an army. They're gonna come at you from behind and the side with your water sources and your fucking food intake and
Yep.
And they're gonna kill you slowly and your children
And your children, yep. Until there's 500 million people left. Like it said in the Georgia
But
Guidestones.
fucking man, that video will piss you off if you see it.
The crazy part about it is, it's like all right, so the Georgia Guidestones, you had like those 10
Yeah.
commandments or whatever.
Mm-hmm. The 10 fucking rules
I didn't even disagree with all those rules, but the one
was the 500 million.
maintain humanity at 500 million in perpetual harmony with nature. Not a bad idea. The problem is that there's 8 fucking billion people on the planet.
That's a lot of people to kill.
That's a lot of people to kill. That's almost everybody. So,
Whoever put up these stones, you're kind of fucked.
what was his name? R.C. Christian. It was a pseudonym or something.
It was a pseudonym. A lot of people think it's Ted Turner, but I don't know.
I think it could be Ted Turner too. He's had a lot to do in Georgia. He's
Yeah.
definitely a globalist. He definitely promotes global depopulation.
Mhm.
I've heard him say it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know.
Ted's little monument's been all blown up.
You know, you ever see that video where the guy's talking about immigration and poverty, and he's using marbles and jars of glass?
No. I may have, but maybe not. Sounds familiar.
So he's giving a lecture, and he's got
He's like putting the marbles in as
yeah. He's got all the marbles. He's got each marble represents 1 million people,
mm-hmm.
and he's got all the people in the world represented in marbles, right? And they're in different jars, right? And some of the jars are, you know, poverty places, right? And he's talking about Western immigration, and he's like, you know, in the West we have a higher standard of living than most places, particularly, you know, in the United States or whatever, where we tend to be very open to the idea of immigrants. And he's like, you know, we pat ourselves on the back a lot, and you know, we could take 1 million people this year, but it's not going to do a dent in poverty. You know, out of the 6 billion people that are living in poverty, it's not even noticeable. It makes us feel good, sure. You know, but again, we're taking the most driven people from these places, the smartest, the most adventurous, the wealthy, and they're leaving their home countries, where places where they could potentially improve, right? Improve the situation. They have the capacity, the brain power to, the drive, and we're bringing them here, which is good for us, like we were talking about before. But it's leaving those places, and he was saying we got to help them there. We can't help them here. We got to help them there.
Right.
But, you know, I don't see that happen.
That was the marble.
Right, but
Man.
when they start talking about global depopulation, I think about all those marbles and poverty, and I'm thinking those are the people they'll kill first, because
Well, they're also the most exposed.
the most exposed, the most vulnerable, the least
Mhm.
least means to change it. You know, it's crazy. You know, it's like that. What was it? North Sentinel Island, right? In the Indian Ocean, where that tribe is still living like it's fucking
Are they untouched or like
untouched. Yeah, yeah.
didn't like well maybe
People have tried to go there.
they just kill them
Yeah.
on the beach or
Yeah.
something? I
Yeah.
heard it was like some Christian or something went there and
Yeah.
they'll be like try and convert him and they just killed his
Yeah,
ass.
you know, man.
You're real dumb, really dumb.
Yeah, a few years ago, that was one of my favorite games on the internet. Was
What happened to the basketball girl that's in Russia got arrested for drugs or something?
I heard about that.
Everybody's like play dumb, stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
He's like, because she's always bitching about America and fucking, we're so bad.
Yeah, I mean,
And supposedly Trump got her out of China. She's fucked up in China while he was president, and Trump got her out somehow.
and she went to Russia.
And now she went to play in Russia, and she fucked up again. And, she's, of course, like, high of mind, fucking,
Right.
don't realize the real world ain't fucking around.
No, the real world is not fucking.
They don't
around.
care about your friggin', I'm princess, and I can do what I want.
No, you don't.
You ain't Cartman.
No, not there. You don't. They don't give a fuck. The real world does not give a fuck about your feelings.
Mm-hmm. You ain't got rights there.
No.
You ain't got the precious rights you like to
Nope.
complain about. They ain't there.
They ain't there. Those people are subjects officially. They're not citizens still.
Subjects
Subjects, yeah.
in China, Russia.
Subjects, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So you were saying?
I can't remember.
You were
Well,
saying?
you know what I did find funny this week? So,
Oh yeah, it was before the basketball girl. It was
Megan Rapinoe, right? Another athlete, female athlete, talked a lot of shit about America.
Yeah.
But she had no problem accepting the highest civil award America has to offer this week, did she? She went right up there by and got her little
With little Hunter crack smoker right in the front row.
got her most prestigious award America has to offer civilian, the country that she hates and fucking talks all this shit about.
Yeah.
So she had no problem with that, but yet she talks shit about it. It's so ridiculous. It's like these people who are like, I'm not celebrating 4th of July. Well, you celebrated every other fucking national holiday. You're just skipping this one? You can't celebrate June 13th and MLK Day and just say, fuck July 4th. They don't.
Well, it's the same assholes who are like, I'm not listening to the Supreme Court. I don't have to.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you fucking do. That's the way our system works. It's the way it's set up. And the thing is about this, and I've been asking, I want to hear, and if you're one of them, please comment in this, comment section. Let me know how you feel. I want to hear people with women with working uteruses in red states. Those are the people I want to hear from about this. Nobody else, because your opinion doesn't mean shit. You're gonna
Right.
Nothing's happened to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
So,
I-
like, when they're telling men to shut up, you should tell all, like, you're saying to
All the
all
fucking hags.
blue girls, like, out in New York and California.
you can't have a baby, shut the fuck up.
I hear.
If you're telling men to shut up and your uterus is dried up, shut the fuck up.
Or if you still have the right to.
I can still produce, man.
Well, I'm just saying, you're saying if you still have the right to have a baby, why are you talking to? Right?
What I'm saying is they're telling men to shut up, and yet their uterus don't work.
Oh, you're saying women that have, like, menopause and stuff?
Yeah, old hags, Brandon,
You fucking piece of shit.
who can't have babies anymore, but are highly opinionated and don't want men to talk because they can't give birth. Guess what? Neither can you anymore. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, God.
If you're of age and your uterus is working,
Well, in some circles, that's a pretty fair comment.
it's fucking
It's a pretty
dead fair.
Oh, that's where I want to start.
I could even up one them.
I
I,
was
could
telling-
still contribute to reproduction. They can't anymore. Your uterus is dried up.
I was
I'm still
telling
producing sperm.
Ty I'm going to start talking to people like Spock from Star Trek. Every time they say something like, "Oh, men can have babies," you're like, "That's illogical." Men can menstruate. That's highly illogical.
That's great.
Or whatever else they want to put on. It's like, today my pronouns are cake person. That's illogical.
I mean, people just want to ignore shit just because it doesn't fit their paradigm.
Or like they don't think it's gone that far. Like there's a lot of people I know that are Democrat and you want to bring up stuff like this is how crazy your party is. And they're like, no, I don't believe it. It's just that's not really there.
But it keeps happening.
But it's like, I've been warning you about this for 5-6 years,
Right.
maybe more, and it's friggin' just getting worse.
I started being anti-Democrat when they fucking bailed out the banks. I'm like, wait a second, we're going to use taxpayer money to bail out the richest organizations in the country?
I think that's when a lot of the people are now finding themselves partyless, or kind of, that's where it started.
Yeah.
Because you're like, Occupy Wall Street, that's awesome. And then you just saw corporate America come in and shut it down.
Shut it down, and they just started kowtowing to corporate America left and right. And the problem is, corporate America isn't in America anymore because it's cheaper to do business outside the fucking country because we want too much per hour. It's the whole system's fucked. The American labor market cannot compete with Asia. It just can't. People are going to have to choose their country over profit.
That's really what it comes down to. You're going to have to pay the extra couple bucks.
Right.
And go to a mom and pops and be like, I can't support Walmart. I can't go
I can't go to Walmart anymore.
I have to go and find, like, even if it's like the only place I can go, like some corner store or something.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in Sorties High School, my guidance counselor told me, Michael, we're going to win the Cold War soon. And when we win the Cold War, the opportunities that you're going to have are going to be beyond amazement. It's going to, it's going to be better than the 50s. So you don't have to really worry.
Lying bastard.
And what happened is we won the Cold War, and then they shipped every fucking manufacturing job out of the country, and every labor job left in the country, they allowed immigrants, illegal immigrants, migrant workers to come in and take. I'm not begrudging those people from a living, but that's what happened.
They came here for the American dream.
They came here for the American dream, and the big fucking bigwigs in corporations and Wall Street, they made the money. Not us, not the middle class. The middle class watched its shit go overseas and get sold out.
It's a good magic trick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All these fucking traders that bargained in souls.
Well, it's who knows how fucking far the playbook gets stretched out. Like we've discussed, you can be called a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but there's been stuff like this in the history books for hundreds of years of how the world's power is supposed to be structured and influenced, and how it's supposed to go in the future, and then it finally actually happens, and people are like, what the fuck, how'd that happen?
Well, I love what Rand Paul says. He's like, you call us conspiracy theories while we're just reading the mission statement that you can set out. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You say it, and we're the conspiracy theorists for calling you on it?
The white papers. The fuck are you doing?
A little nasal decongestion from a metalhead.
Oh. How'd the pollen and stuff go? Is that all gone? Sinuses?
Go
ahead and take a drink. While he takes a drink, I'd like to thank our sponsors this week. My aching back.
Brought to you by my aching back. I'm in my demented mind.
Could use a good rubbing. Whoa, anybody want to send some money? Just send the money. I'll get a massage.
So, this is funny. So the roommate's phone went black, right? Couldn't figure out if it was charging or anything. So I decided to look it up. And I'm like, I'm just going to follow this guy no matter what he says to do to this fucking phone. I'm just going to do it.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So he starts out, just tap it. And so, you got to take two fingers. You got to tap it in the front. Then you got to tap it on the back. Then you got to hit the volume down button and the power button at the same time to force it to reset. Nothing happened. Next stage, massage it. Massage the phone. Massage in the front. Massage in the back. Then you got to hit the power button and the volume down button at the same time to try to make it reboot. That didn't work. And then the last one was, well, it wasn't the last one, but this is the one we got it on. Slap it. You gotta spank it. So I was spanking the phone, and all of a sudden it came back on. I was like, holy shit.
What the hell kind of phone is that?
It was a Samsung Galaxy.
Spank it. Just spank the phone a little.
Yeah.
Give it a happy little spank.
He said keep repeating it until it works, and I did it twice, and it fucking worked. And the last step was.
Were you sitting there feeling like an idiot while you were doing
it? Was
You're
hilarious.
like, this is bullshit. This guy's fucking with me.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. The last step was to put it in the freezer.
Oh man,
After the spanking, you got to put it in the freezer.
that sounds fucking good.
But it worked.
Hey,
Came back on.
to me, I would have found another video immediately. I would have been like, this guy, no.
No, it worked. It worked. It actually worked.
Well,
We tried getting it working for hours, and then I decided.
did you look at comments and likes first to see if it was
all
legit?
thank yous.
Wow, that's why you went with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got the comment sections are so helpful when
can tell, yeah.
you're like, all right, I found something. Is it good or bad? And you go right down and you be like, you fucking suck at what you're doing.
Yeah,
Or it's like, love it, quick and decisive, right to the point.
Right. I was watching this one fucking idiot. I think it was on Rumble, and he's talking about he's a conspiracy theorist, which I don't begrudge him for being a conspiracy theorist. But there's some conspiracy theories I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? You didn't give us just a second to look into or nothing. I mean,
Oh yeah, people take some stuff
So this
hook,
guy-
line, and sinker.
the Japanese don't even know he's dead. I'm like, he was on TV. He's one of the most famous people in Japan. They announced he's dead. I saw Japanese people talking about it. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
He's so far gone.
yeah, so far gone. Right. And then some Japanese guys like, yeah, they announced he was dead fucking as soon as he died. Like everyone
And he's running with this thing that's
Yeah.
like, it's a complete cover up over there. They don't know nothing, brother.
Yeah. Yes. Another guy's like, I'm stationed in Japan, and yeah, the Japanese are talking about this. They know. I'm like, and all he had to do that could have took a second. Like, and for people that don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know this, but Japan is an occupied client state of the United States. Means that we have our military there. They're just doing whatever.
I know that. Yeah.
We
I
get-
didn't know it was technically considered an occupied client state.
Well, we got military bases there.
Yeah, but they're
Maybe we lease them from them. That's the way we get
yeah,
around that.
yeah. But they're a sovereign nation.
They're a sovereign nation. Yeah, they still.
But
have
you're
that
just
equity.
saying we still own you.
Yes, our troops are there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Without
You
them-
don't have any protection without
right.
us.
We have.
Did
nukes and they
we
don't.
gave them the permission to have their military again?
Oh, yeah,
like what,
yeah.
20 years ago?
They were in
10 years ago?
coalition to willing.
That long ago? Okay.
Yeah, underneath George Bush.
Because
Jr.
we for the longest time said no, you don't get a military no more.
Yeah.
we protect you.
Right.
And it was you're saying in 94, 95.
Well, George Bush Jr.
Junior. Oh, that's the will.
So about 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Coalition to willing. Yeah, it's when we went into Iraq after 9/11.
They could yeah.
And everyone's like, why are you going to Iraq? And the UN was like, you can't go to Iraq. And we were like, we'll bring France with us and England. Then what? We'll have most of the UN security permanent members with us. And the UN was like, no. And then immediately after that, if you remember, within a year, Russia was invading fucking Georgia. And the UN was like, no. And Russia was like, fuck you. The Americans did it.
What? You see America last year? What?
America's went all the way across the world. We're just walking. We're going for a walk.
We just walk next door and say hello. Hey, no big deal, right? So what about this here? Biden White House is readying yet another $400 million in weapons for Ukraine. 15th round of security assistance.
These people are asking for World War III.
And I mean,
I don't.
America's so fucked, and you're just like tossing money out the goddamn door.
It's fucking 10,000 miles away. I don't understand. Why is it so important? It's been.
And why do we got to pay for it? Like,
It's been a helm of fucking organized crime for fucking decades since the collapse of the Soviet Union.
and he's caught up in it. They got to have hooks in him big time. This is why it's all happening.
Oh yeah, they have to.
He's either like the main shit stain controlling it all, or they got the hooks in, and it's mainly they got the hooks in.
Yeah, maybe there was some kind of like.
Maybe it's through Hunter.
Maybe,
you know,
maybe there was some quid pro quo with their Justice Department and the American aid. I don't know. I fucking don't know.
Maybe Joe Biden, when he was vice president, like protected like a company his son worked for, maybe,
Yeah, from a
and it was like
prosecutor,
illegal.
From a federal
Might have been-
prosecutor in
Might have been
Ukraine.
like, yeah.
And maybe that's why they, when Adam Schiff there made up the whole fucking story about the phone call with Zelensky and Trump. Oh my god!
I gotta go back and listen to that.
It's so fucking ridiculous.
Embellished.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh my! It's completely embellished. It's
Yeah,
like
I
a
remember.
Hollywood script.
I remember. I mean, I heard it, and I was like, the transcript is completely different.
Well, the transcript got released in hours by the State Department right after that.
Mm-hmm.
The State Department's like, "No, we recorded it. Here you go."
The whole point of Trump calling too, I was talking to Ty about this the other day, was Trump really did want to fucking know what happened.
Oh yeah,
with the fucking
sure,
Bidens.
Sure, I want to know too.
Yeah,
it's like I would love to see the P tape of Trump peeing on hookers in Russia. That would be awesome. I would have watched that in a second.
We'll show it on the show.
But I didn't get to see that because it doesn't fucking exist. What I did see is fucking Hunter Biden saying, "My boss is the Chinese spy master," right? Naked with his cock hanging out. But that's fucking fake news somehow.
Naked with his Johnson slanging all over the place. And now we got him in a deprivation tank, fucking smoking crack.
I mean, that's just sad, but he doesn't say anything.
Oh, I heard there's a new one out too where he's like totally saying, "Fuck my stepmother. She's a piece of shit, fucking cunt." So acting so fucking.
Yeah, there was that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, acting so entitled. So yeah, we got Hunter and Jill Biden
maybe
now.
I can get this guy to fucking.
Get what guy to what?
Mac Isaac.
Oh, dude, we got to wrap up soon. It's almost 7.
John Paul Mac Isaac, my buddy here. What the hell were we talking about?
We were talking about the Ukraine.
Maybe I can get John Paul Mac Isaac to come on.
On what?
On our show here, Brandon.
Where is he?
He's in an undisclosed location right now.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll make sure we keep this place undisclosed.
As of yesterday, I don't fucking know where he was. But he was in Wilmington, Delaware. He owned a little Mac repair shop, computer repair shop.
Oh, that buddy.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, he have you talked to him?
Yeah, I have.
You're so fucking such
I'm on
a
a watch
social
list.
butterfly.
Yeah.
You're a journalist.
I'm on a watch list somewhere.
You're a journalist, Barney.
I got that dude fucking talking to me and this guy and a bunch of other people.
You're a handmaid, Harry.
Yeah. So when they were talking about like, oh, you got to hand over your social media, they're gonna see me and John Paul Mac Isaac talking and fucking not give me a permit. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, you know.
And this poor bastard, he's on the run. And this guy,
He's on the run now?
yeah, he's
He's not like on the run,
Not from the
but
law.
he's just like, I gotta just disappear. I don't want to be on
he
the
had
radar.
death threats. His business was fucking vandalized to the point he couldn't open it again. He lost his livelihood. And he's like, I've gotten some death threats from fucking some serious people. So the fact that he even goes on Facebook anymore still amazes me.
That's crazy.
Here's something crazy too. He was at Celebration 2.
When we were there?
When we were there.
No.
Yeah, I didn't meet him there, but that's where, yeah.
That's awesome.
He's a big Star Wars geek. So we
You tell him
talked
how
about
fucked up we got?
that. Yeah, I was like, dude, I wander around. I didn't even know there was an upstairs. He's like, dude, the upstairs was the best part.
Oh,
Shit.
man. I think we wandered upstairs, didn't we?
You guys did. I didn't. I hung out by the fucking role-playing games.
Dude, all I remember, what was that damn room we got at the hotel? It was like a fucking conference,
Oh, yeah,
side room.
Conference side room.
It was like they just put some beds in it so they could make some extra money.
Yeah.
It was fucking huge, though.
It was huge. We had a big place there. It was right down the road from the convention center within walking
Dude,
distance.
I barely remember any of that fucking thing.
Here's what I remember. Finding Mills.
Yeah, I know the Princess Leia
Yeah, this is a
story. You
great
gues are all
fucking
fucked
story.
up on shrooms or something, or
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we're hanging out with Princess Leia. I'm like,
and she's giving you water.
yeah, she
petting
knows
you.
we're fucked up.
You pieces of
She
shit.
was taking care of us. I was high on shrooms getting taken care of by Princess Leia. Millsy, that was the best, man. Fucking love that moment. My mind was so boggled. I'm
Oh,
like, there's
God.
Millsy and Carrie Fisher. Why the fuck is Millsy hanging out with Carrie Fisher? And why are they alone? What the fuck is going on here?
That's great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, yeah, that's a good memory. I mean, like I said, I can't remember shit hardly. So, But yeah, if I had hung out with Carrie, I would have remembered that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I got to hang out with Chewbacca too.
Yeah,
Peter Mayhew. He was really nice.
I might have been too fucked up on booze.
He told me, like no one could see my face. He's like, it had changed my life so much. I couldn't even go out as myself. I was getting barraged by people. And I'm like, but you're not even. And he's like, yeah, that's how much people had interest in them. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, but he looks like Chewbacca.
I mean, he did, yeah. Looks a little bit like Howard Stern, honestly.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. Big old like hairier version of Stern.
Now here's something. He's taller, yeah. Here's something. So there was a murder case down in Houston, and it was unsolved, right? And the person that was murdered was part of the 501st Battalion.
Okay.
And so Chewbacca donated a bunch of money and hired a bunch of private investigators and cracked the case. Found a murder. Boom.
Because he just
put money into it. He was like, nah, this woman, she dressed up like a stormtrooper, something like 80 days a year to go visit people. That's like 1 in 5 days or something.
Yeah. And he got so pissed off. He's like, no, we're finding out.
We're
We'll
finding
do
out.
this.
Yeah. Cool dude. Rest in peace.
Rip.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace, Chewbacca.
What the fuck else was I gonna say? Oh, we didn't even talk about the horrible events on July 4th over in the Chicago suburbs.
Yeah.
I was wondering. It made me think back to the Buffalo shooting, and
Similar.
maybe we should look at the victims.
Who were the victims?
I don't know, but maybe we should because the victim in Buffalo,
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
you know,
Now, the thing about this guy, he was a fucking lunatic, this guy.
this guy was a straight fucking nut
Right.
job.
And they were trying to spin it like he was a Trump supporter because he went to a rally.
Yeah, he went and tried to like troll Trumpers.
Trumpers, right? And they were erasing his shit, right? So
Mhm.
people now know that when there's a shooting, to go to these people's social media, they're probably not going to announce as quickly as who did it till they scrub it. But in this case, they didn't do that. So as soon as they announced the guy, people went to his social media and downloaded whatever, took records.
Yeah, they took it all.
They
Yeah.
took it all, whatever they could find. And then the news was trying to say that he was a Trump supporter. And this one guy was like, he likes Barack Obama on Twitter. He likes Joe Biden on Twitter. He likes this person on Twitter. Just all lefties, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful, man. And that's the problem is they take these tragedies and they try to make them political. Like, it doesn't have to be political. He could just be a fucking nut job.
Yeah.
You know?
Doesn't have to be left or right.
Right.
He's just a complete asshole.
Just a complete asshole. Right.
Mm-hmm.
He dressed up like a woman to try to get out of there.
That's
Undetected.
cowardly as fuck.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, shooting people unarmed is fucking cowardly as fuck when they don't know you're shooting at them.
Yeah, and he was on the roof, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of motherfucker we should torture. No offense.
No, this is the kind of motherfucker that if you wanted to make a statement, let's televise that. Let's put him on TV. There's a channel just for him, and slowly his nails are getting pulled out
Whatever.
and fucking.
You could pay for a torture. How about that?
We could just slowly
take
be
donations.
yeah. You, it's like fucking. We get Jerry Lewis on the fucking taking calls.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want done to him next? Yeah, that sounds good. We'll do that. Let's do it. Fucking pull his fingers off one by one.
Yeah.
He's donating $10,000 a finger.
Yeah. That's a finger. We're gonna have $100,000 by then.
What else should we do?
Can anybody else give us more than $10,000 for a finger?
Call torture-a-thon on TV.
Torture-a-thon.
I mean, we're not far off from that. There's going to be Running Man, I guess,
Yes.
soon. You know,
Yes.
We're going to have the Running Man show. We're going to put this fucking kid in the zone with some killers.
Yes.
You know,
Now here's something I saw today. This is interesting. Got me thinking for a minute. Running Man reminded me because I had Arnold in it. Batman, Dr. Freeze, and Poison Ivy.
chill out.
Right.
Yeah.
One guy was trying to cool the planet down. The other one was trying to revive the forest. And they were the bad guys. It's kind of like, all right, and we're supposed to root for the billionaire. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
Poison Ivy.
She was trying to revive the forest, man. She was a nature freak.
She was the hippie.
Hippie.
Hippy dippy.
Hippie dippy dippy. Hippie dippy doo. Hippity dippy dippy doo.
Scooby Dooby Doo. Oh man. So let's see. What else? Is there anything else you got in your notes that you'd like to discuss?
I think I got everything in the notes. I might have skipped something. I'm trying to think of some stuff I saw.
I'll take a quick review of anything I had.
Trying to think. I watched. I finally found the end episode of Stranger Things. I didn't understand how the hell that was going down. I heard there was
there's 2 episodes. There's the 8 and the 9.
I only saw the 9.
You didn't watch 8 then. Yeah,
I thought I watched 8 last time, but
you blew it.
is 8 where he's like rocking on top of the trailer?
Yeah, no,
Oh, I did. See
yeah,
that.
I think so.
But I didn't realize that was volume 2 when I watched.
Yeah. Well, I heard Thor: Love and Thunder is not doing so good because for some reason people either don't like that. It's just they made like Thor a weakling joke of himself, or they're just Marvel burnt out.
Maybe. I don't know. I heard SJWs didn't like it for some reason, but that doesn't really mean
They
anything.
hate everything.
That doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
Biden reading the teleprompter.
Oh my God.
Can't even fuck.
That was just damn right embarrassing. I don't.
Pulling a Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. Now here's the thing about Joe Biden. I didn't like him. I didn't vote for him. Whatever. I specifically said I wasn't going to vote for him before he announced his campaign. But he is my president, and therefore
You
I
want
want
him
him
to
to
do
succeed.
well.
I
Yeah.
want him to do well. I'm wishing Joe all the best. Anything I can do, Joe, you let me know to help you out, as long as I agree with it. But I hope you're the best. But when he was reading the fucking teleprompter parentheses, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. I don't know. I mean, there's moments where I've been like, all right, Joe, you go and make us proud. And same thing with Trump. There's been times where I was embarrassed and times where I was proud. But this,
Same thing with George Bush.
yeah,
Same thing with Barack.
sure. But this was fucking just embarrassing. He's reading. Repeat.
Repeat statement or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, he's just repeating the parentheses. He's reading the
And
parentheses.
it's like he's
out loud.
reading it and he's like, end of quote.
End of quote. Yeah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And then on 4th of July, he gave a speech, and his wife had to be like, God bless America. God bless America.
Oh, yeah, had to whisper it into his
And
ear.
he didn't pick up on her, so he just
Give her the
gave
microphone.
her the mic, and she said, God bless America. And he said, God bless our troops.
And God bless our troops.
Yeah. Like, it didn't even think like, oh, I'm supposed to say God bless
Oh,
America.
I'm the one that's supposed to
'cause
say
that's
that.
our fucking tradition, you asshole.
Jeez. Yeah, well, Twitter, the deal is off. Let's see. Yeah, Japanese former prime minister dead. The ballots gone. Dropbox is done. Oh, here we go.
What do you got?
Crosby, Stills, and Nash
Oh, yeah.
crawling back to
They're back
Spotify.
on Spotify, huh?
Yeah, they couldn't get Joe canceled.
No, couldn't get Joe canceled, went crawling back.
Yeah.
My.
my.
Huh.
That's
Ain't
dirt
that
in my
something?
eye.
What a fucking hypocrite this guy is. Holy shit.
Yeah.
God damn it. What the he's not even American. Anyway. Not that that really matters, but in this situation, but still, like, what happened to rocking the free world? Now you're going back to fucking big corporate? Like, doesn't even make sense.
BlackRock owns most of his music, right?
Yeah, BlackRock does, which is one of the shittiest companies in the fucking world.
Yeah, most people don't even know what the fuck it is.
No, I didn't realize what it was until a few years ago.
Yeah.
I heard of it. I didn't know what it was.
How about Lori Lightfoot the other day saying there's too much of, I forget what she said, but the discourse is too in our political discourse is too, she didn't say violent, but it was disgusting or something. And the week before she's saying fuck Clarence Thomas to a
I know.
fucking
What
crowd
the
of fucking
fuck,
who knows how
dude?
many.
It's so ridiculous.
And the week after she's saying our political discourse is just too negative. It's like, didn't you just say fuck the
What?
Supreme Court
Yeah.
fucking justice last week?
Well, I mean, that's like fucking.
It's like you really are brain dead.
That's like fucking the chick from fucking San Francisco, who's complaining about all the crime
Yeah, once
while
she
she's defunding the fucking police. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? What about that senator from fucking Rhode Island?
don't know.
See that? So the Rhode Island had some interesting political ads this week. The first one was Tiara Mack, and basically, if you don't know who she is, she's a senator, state senator from Rhode Island, and she's up for re-election. And I can't show her video on here, even if I could. But basically, she does a handstand in the sand in a bikini and twerks, and that's her political ad.
I heard about it.
And that's it. And then when people were like, what the fuck was that? She was like, oh, you're a racist and hate me because I'm a lesbian. What? No, how about because you just twerked and you didn't tell us anything? Like, that's where we're at. People are twerking for fucking political ads, Brandon.
And they hate Tulsi Gabbard.
And they hate Tulsi Gabbard, sure.
Because she's badass.
Because she speaks words.
She's intelligent.
She's intelligent, yeah. And she's got all the boxes checked, Tulsi Gabbard. She's a female. She's a minority race. She's Democrat. I mean,
but just because they don't like her, she's even in the right party.
She's even in the right party. But the problem is she's a moderate Democrat, which
you can't be.
Can't be today. The other one was
plus Hillary hates her, so
fuck Hillary. Hillary's cousin got caught up in some fucking human trafficking. I saw that.
Oh, great.
Yeah. You can check the Riz Flex channel for that story. I'm also going to shout out Jericho Green. If you're looking for stuff to watch, Jericho's a Californian guy. He's really pretty based. He's pretty funny, actually. The NPC show, you could check that out. That's on Rumble, YouTube, whatever.
Have you, what's his name? There's a new kid.
Redacted?
Redacted? No. I'm trying to figure out, what's this one guy's name? Shit.
So there was another political ad this week that was pretty controversial. I'm trying to pull it up right now. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. But the premise of his political commercial is, all right, here's the name. Jerome Davison. His ad says, why could you possibly need 30 rounds? And he's a black guy. And he shows his house being raided by a group of KKK members. And he pulls out, the rifle, and it says, this is why I need 30 rounds.
Oh, my God.
I was fucking like, God bless him.
Oh, man, that is wild.
Straight to the point. Yeah, all right. So he uses an AR-15 in the commercial. And he confronts the KKK guys with the AR-15.
This is why I need 15 rounds. And he should just turn around after that.
Yeah, that's what goes on. And he says, make rifles great again.
Oh, my God.
Democrats like to say that no one needs an AR-15 for self-defense. No one could possibly need all 30 rounds. But when this rifle is the only thing standing between your family and a dozen angry Democrats and Klan hoods, you might need a semi-automatic and all 30 rounds, he said. I'm not sure where he's from, but
I
can't show it. It's fucking funny, though. It's on Twitter. Maybe we'll link it in those things or something.
Yeah.
Jerome Davis. Geronee. Davison.
Where's he running?
Arizona, I think.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I see some mountains in the background. Looks pretty dry. I'm saying Arizona.
It looks dry as fuck. Must be AZ.
Must be AZ. Mountains, dry, AZ. I mean, it could be New Mexico, but I think it's Arizona.
Because I lived out there for a little bit, and when anybody asked me what it was like, I said, well, if you're driving around in your car with the windows open, just picture yourself inside of a hairdryer, and that's what it's kind of like.
Kind of like it's like. When we moved my mom to Atlantic City last week, or 2 weeks ago, whatever that was.
How close is she to like the center of town?
It's 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. She's outside of town then.
Oh yeah, she's in actually in Gallo, New Jersey.
Okay. Should we go down there and party?
Yeah, we gotta go hit the beach. Fucking I lost what I was gonna say now.
When you were just down there in Rhode Island, you just went down there
Jersey.
moving your mom. You were moving your mom.
Yeah. Oh, my uncle, right? So my uncle says like, he was in Kuwait and United Arab Emirates. And everyone down there drove old Caprices, right? All the rich people had old Caprices from the 70s, right?
Uh-huh.
And since he was representing the United States, right, or the National Guard, he was like, why do you guys have all these old Caprices? Why are these so popular amongst the rich people here? And he's like, oh, because they have the best air conditioners.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, all right, that makes fucking sense because it's hot as hell here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why they drive old Caprices because they have the best air conditioners.
Smart thinking.
Smart thinking, yeah.
So I was going to say, you were shouting people out. Decoy Voice. You ever hear him?
Nah, I can't say I have.
Yeah, he's really killing it. He's got a lot of cool stuff. He was the first person who I saw about the prime minister. He's got a lot of breaking news. Like he comes out, he must be watching the internet all day long. So.
Right, there's some people out there. So
that do
Decoy
that.
Voice is another channel. What is he on? Is he on Rumble, YouTube?
Well, I'm watching him on YouTube right now. I'm sure he's got others. He's on other things.
Liberal Hive Mind is another good channel there. He pretty much puts it.
Dude, remember when they broke? I forget who it was, but there was a company that released a friggin'. They said this is the radical network of YouTubers, and it had like Joe Rogan on it, and it was totally paid for by like the mainstream media, large corporations. I was just like, that's what we're doing right now. We're getting put onto that little
list.
That list. It's like, here, these people are going to radicalize you into using your brain.
Wow, I don't know if we're gonna do that, but they claim we're radicals. It's so fucking ridiculous. They did that with Joe Rogan, right? Jesse Peterson, right? Who was a black conservative. He was removed from YouTube.
Well, if there's anybody, there's like
Jordan Sather.
They're doing it with the Geeks and Gamers, fucking, and they got all different types of friggin' people on that show. It was, was Gamergate the beginning of a lot of this internet trolling stuff? Like, or it's not even trolling. It's just like people getting pissed enough to come on and be like, you know what? We don't like what you're making.
I remember it first with, this is going back a little ways, White Wolf Publishing. All right, now White Wolf Publishing was a gaming company that made tabletop games. They're most known for like Vampire the Masquerade, the World of Horror role-playing game series. There was a bunch of different ones. And they were making jokes in their private chats, and somebody leaked it, and they got convoluted with white supremacists and all this other shit, and yada, yada, yada.
Right.
And they were just like, no, like, we're drawn from, like, medieval European history. We're not trying to, glorify white people or whatever. But that's when I first remember people getting outed and trying to get canceled and yada.
You ever watch Chris Gore?
No.
He used to be on G4 TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's on Redacted? No.
He's got his own show called Film Threat.
Film Threat.
And he does like reviews and stuff, but he's always like on different things too.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since G4 just took a big shit recently, he's been like coming back pretty strong because people realized, oh yeah, Chris is still around. And he was talking about, like, he remembers it was like at Comic-Con San Diego like 10 years ago or something. No, it was probably around the time of it was exactly around the time of what the fuck was the second movie in the shitty Star Wars trilogy sequel? The one where they fucked up Luke Skywalker. Not the prequels, the sequels with Rey.
Okay.
It was the Force Awakens, right?
I can't remember.
No, the Force Awakens was the first one. The second one was whatever. It was the
Whatever it
shitty
was.
one. Everybody
All
was like, oh, wait, we realize something bad's going on.
Yeah.
You have no clue what you're doing.
This is the one of Admiral Akbar just died without fucking...
Exactly. And they had the space chase across, and it's just the
Catherine Kennedy
dumbest
was in
thing.
it, right?
Well, whatever. It was a horrible fucking movie. And
Princess Leia flying through space.
yeah, Mary Poppins, Leia. It was bad. So anyways, it was around that time. And he said, I remember people, like, we were at the San Diego Comic-Con, and we were going to have what is it where they do like the
Q&A or
kind of they
meet
rent
and greet.
they rent a room and they have a room.
All right.
So I forget that it's called a board or they have a column or no, what the fuck's it called?
Press conference, meet and greet.
Well, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying. They always have those rooms where you
Yeah.
can go and do something. It's a panel. That's what
Okay,
it is.
yeah,
They have a panel.
All right.
So he's been having the panel at the Comic-Con for 5 years or something.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden people started being like, wait a second, we don't like what he's doing. And we're going to make a big stink of it. And then somehow they got it into the newspapers. And then because they started bitching online, and then some newspaper picked it up, and then the newspaper called the con, and then the con was like, no, you can't do that anymore, because they were like offending people in the community. Not really, but they were making up fan fiction and reading just like comedy, like it was fan fiction, and reenacting it. And then, that offended the fan fiction people. Like, you're making fun of what we do.
Oh, my God.
We're offended. So he was like, that's when I realized shit was taking a turn for the bad, where I got canceled for basically doing something I've already been doing, but it was just because a small, super small voice all of a sudden, got out and was like, oh, they're mocking what we do.
Right.
And so, yeah, San Diego around that time, that was probably like 2015 or something like that, 2016. Yeah, it's been a slow crawl.
It's been a slow crawl. I mean, it happens to, all right, so D&D is something I follow. D&D has a series of books that they put out, almost every edition, certain titles. One of them is Oriental Adventures. It's coming out since the 80s with every edition. And somebody complained that it was, had a Chinese bias, or it was anti-Chinese or anti-Asian. And so they wanted WotC to recall it, Wizards of the Coast, to recall it or to discontinue it. So Wizards said, all right, whatever, we'll hire somebody else to write the next one. So they hired a Canadian guy who was of Japanese descent, never been to Japan, didn't speak Japanese, and he fucked it up so bad. But the SJWs loved it because it was so, what's the word I'm looking for? It didn't involve any of the culture, Asian culture at all. He just removed all the cultural aspects and just made it into like a 1980s ninja movie, and they loved it. And everyone else was just like, what the fuck happened? Like, they took everything out that actually existed and put in a bunch of bullshit. It's gonna keep going. It should eat itself.
I mean, at the same time, they're saying diversity is our strength, but they are tearing apart the melting pot by saying you can't appropriate my culture.
Right. It's like there's no more black fucking icons at the goddamn fucking grocery store. They're all the Quaker Oats guy, who I'm pretty sure owed slaves, is still there, but fucking Aunt Jemima's gone, even though that was a good job for that lady. Fucking, the Quaker Oats stuff.
Well, they said, I mean, I saw something not long ago. I can't say it's, I'm quoting it perfectly, but they said she was like the first black person for marketing, like face of marketing.
Yeah.
Or like first, trademarked. Yeah, face.
And she
for
went
marketing.
all over the world, fed her family from this, had a good life, and now they're trying to cancel it. It's just weird. It's like it happened in history. Doesn't mean
it's an honor, not a friggin' like a besmirchment.
No. And it's so crazy because they want to change history. And it's like, you can't change history. It happened.
Well, that's CERN. They're starting it up, bro.
Yeah,
it's a time machine, bro.
Fucking Mandela effect, bro.
There was no there is no syrup. No Uncle Ben's rice.
Yeah, no Uncle Ben's rice.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the Purina guy or whatever?
I don't know.
He was like a chef. He had the hat. Anyway, they, Land O'Lakes kicked the fucking Indian off the goddamn butter and kept the land.
Well, that's just because everybody were making boobs with their knees.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that was funny. That was funny.
Oh, God. All right, we got to get going. Who's towing the line?
Hochul.
Hochul?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think she tows the line.
She makes it.
She's just making it up with people whispering in her ear or something. I don't fucking know. But she doesn't make any noise, really. That's the thing. She doesn't. She's just behind the scenes. Nobody pays her any attention.
I don't pay her any attention.
I mean, the
Try
last
to-
thing I
try
saw
not to
about
fucking-
her was something so frivolous. Like she's, doing something. It was like, nothing. None of these like bullshit bills she's passing. It was like some fluff story about
Right.
her. All right. So
Who else is towing the line? Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris. What are you doing, Chris?
What's up, bud?
Towing the friggin'
Fucking
line.
All the shit you talked all these years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Now America ain't good enough
now
for
America ain't good enough no more. God
Yep.
damn it, Chris.
you. Yeah.
Traitor.
Traitor.
Fucking traitor. All right, so maybe he didn't get charged with treason. But
No.
still.
But still. Okay, yeah, he's towing the line big time. All right. What can't we say? Don't say what? Don't say. We can't say
You're going to start World War III in Ukraine?
that there's massive food shortages
Food shortages.
incoming.
Yeah, they're coming. And it's being done on purpose.
That's what you don't say. Don't say it's on purpose.
It's Agenda 2030. That's what you're not allowed to say.
Go look up Agenda 2030. I mean, probably people know here watching what it is, but
I know.
tell 3 of your friends.
There's a lot of 4 people out there.
We're really killing it this
This is a
week.
big week. A lot of pressure.
I gotta go skateboarding in a little while. That's why I'm trying to wrap it up. We're having a pool party, skateboard pool party.
That's good because I got to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hair sandwich just didn't do it.
Ugh.
I was so fucking hungry. I was like, because I didn't eat today. And I was like, fuck it. I'm eating this fucking sandwich despite it's got fucking dog hair on it. Try to pick out as much as I can. I couldn't find the lights, so that was making that difficult.
Oh, that's how you dropped it. It was dark.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well,
try-
the lights are down there. You
Now
you
I
don't
know where they are.
All right, and then don't say.
Don't say that fucking China just received a bunch of U.S. oil.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad. Don't
That's-
say that.
Don't say that. Oh,
and it's all because of Hunter.
all because of Hunter. Don't say that it's fucking a relief to finally see the fucking Dutch stand up for themselves. You've been getting fucking aced by Belgium for 100 years. Now you finally and you lost.
Did you see him shooting manure on the cops?
No,
They
I
were
didn't.
using their fucking
Good for them.
just throwing horse shit and stuff into it and just shooting fucking manure all over the fucking
Good
place.
for them. I heard they blockaded the ports, some of the canals.
Sounds like them friggin' terrorist truckers
Terrorist
up in
checker
Canada.
in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, the shit that they were saying about that stuff. My God.
And people believe in it.
People believe in it. And these truckers in Canada that were in Ottawa, at least, they were very mindful about what was happening. They made sure, I watched video, that there was an emergency lane on every street in Ottawa.
Mhm.
That there was enough room for police and emergency vehicles to get
Yeah,
by.
they weren't dummies.
They weren't dummies. No, they weren't there to stop the system, to do anything but let their voices be heard. And they had their money taken from them. They lost jobs. They were chastised, labeled as terrorists. Threatened by citizens. That one lady who's I forgot what she did, but she's in part of hiring for this company. And she was like, you guys think you're so we're not going to give you a job. Well, I think that's illegal in Canada. I think you're allowed to have your political views there.
No, it's getting to the point where it's going to be illegal to hold views opposed to the state.
To the state, yeah. Which I mean, that's
That's
totalitarianism,
that's
man.
not good.
No, we don't have an authority figure. It's not like the Democrats don't even fucking see Biden as an authority figure, so that's not happening. So it's totalitarianism. Everybody's in on it. Well, at least a lot of people are in on it, and it's expanding to every aspect of life, of civil life, and it's ridiculous. You can't get jobs if you hold some political views, or if you believe in self-autonomy. Medical self-autonomy. You can't get a job.
Dude, that's Klaus Schwab video. Go look it up, please, anybody. It's really disgusting. Just shaking his fist at people saying,
Right.
and no one will be safe until everyone is vaccinated.
Well, I don't think Klaus Schwab is going to be safe until he shuts the fuck up and apologizes.
I
That's
hope
what I
so.
think.
I hope there's like some elite fucking soldiers out there that are like, all right, that's enough of this guy.
That's what's going to have to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to take the military to step in at some point and say, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the Georgia Guidestones
Was a good symbol.
I think that 500 million thing, setting us back to the population we had in 1600, is a real agenda. It's Agenda 21, Agenda 2030. So I think that's a real plan.
That's what Alex has said for the last 20 years. He's like, look at the white papers. He's like, pulling his hair out. He's like, I'm not a fucking prophet. I just read what they're putting out.
Right.
I just read it.
We just read your
It's
mission
not
statement.
I'm not a freaking clairvoyant. I just read their papers.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like everybody's like, Alex Jones was right. How does he know? I just read their papers.
We just read the mission statement.
So, okay, what must we forget this week? There's something probably pretty
Something
good.
We got to touch on this. So the Mexican president came out in a press conference and said America is run by the Jewish mafia. I was like, what?
What?
Look it up. Yeah. I'm like, what?
Wow.
He really said that? Holy fuck, we're heading to some fucking crazy place.
The Mexican president.
Yeah.
The Jewish mafia.
He says America's run by the Jewish mafia. Which,
Jeez.
is a subject that I'm fucking very touchy about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for when we get like a private account and people are paying to watch us. And
Pay me to talk about the Mexican president. It's anti-Semitism.
All right, we must forget that there's a list.
Yes.
Ghislaine Maxwell's list.
Ghislaine Maxwell had a list, yes.
And
There's a
she went
long
to
list.
jail for allegedly nothing.
Trafficking children to nobody.
To no one.
To no one. No one was her client, but she trafficked children.
We must forget that.
She's in jail for trafficking children to no one.
To no one.
I think that's a two-way street. I think both those people should be in jail. But some reason,
There should at least be one person.
should be at least one person. For some reason, there's
no
not.
one.
And you got to wonder.
How
why
can
is
she
that?
go to jail and nobody else?
I don't know. Unless the people that she was trafficking to are making the laws in this country or enforcing the laws in this country.
Is it? Yeah.
Maybe it's Charles Schwab.
I mean, I was just at a graduation party, and I mean, I don't know what people would say if I just brought that up in the middle of the party, just like, attention, everyone. There's a woman going to jail
Well, it's
for
like
20 years.
Israeli, what's his name there? UFC fighter there.
Yeah, Israel Adesanya said it at a press conference.
Right. Rest in peace, Israel.
I saw you posted that. You posted Israel didn't kill himself.
Yeah. But yeah, he brought it right to our attention. Well, where's the fucking list?
Yep.
She's trafficking to nobody? No.
Yeah, there's a list out there, and they're not letting you see
Oh,
it.
you don't get to see it.
Let me see it.
You don't even
I
get
want to
hear about
see it.
Sure.
I want to see it.
I want to see the Russian hookers getting peed on by Trump, but I can't see it because it doesn't exist. I'd like to see the list. I know that exists.
I'd like to see the list that is known to exist.
Yes. I'm sure that there's some correlation between that and the flight records, flight attendance records, obviously.
And Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, yeah, who was sitting on the Queen's fucking throne.
And he likes to make videos.
How is he still alive?
Threatening
That's
the
the part I don't
crown.
That's the part I don't get. All right. First of all, you got to ditch the crown so we can get the shit together. But how the fuck did he get on the Queen's crown and there's no repercussions? I granted that he's an American, but how did he get out of England? Like, they would kill me if I went over there to that.
And sat on the throne.
Oh yeah, there would be English people that I would get along every second of the way, and they're like, "Oh, you did it sign the front, fucking. I'm sorry, you gotta die."
Well, I'm sure there's still people over there like, fuck Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
that
sure,
fucking fuck
I'm sure there
sat
is.
on the fucking Queen's throne. He did.
Yeah, I know. but has he gone back to England since this happened? I don't know. I gotta look into that. Nothing happened to Bill either. He was out there. What the fuck?
Yeah, but Kevin Spacey, you know, he's gonna do what he wants because he's a big movie star.
Fucking kills him with kindness. He does. Tim Allen came out and said, "Fuck Disney."
Good. Good.
Hanks backed him. I was surprised.
I was surprised too, but he kind of didn't at the same time. He was like, "I don't understand it." No, I don't. It's like, you fucking idiot. You know what it is.
Yeah.
You're just playing stupid. He's like, I would have much rather went head to head with Tom and Tim. Yeah, with Tim in the box office, but they got Chris Evans. I don't know why. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, Hanks was the voice of Woody, right?
Yeah. But he's also got a movie out right now too, the Elvis picture. So he was like, I wanted to go to head with Tim in Lightyear.
Tom Hanks plays Elvis?
No, he plays the general.
Oh. Who's the general?
The guy behind the guy. I don't know if he was the colonel.
Oh,
The colonel.
Tennessee colonel? Or
Well, it was the colonel
Kentucky
that, whatever the fuck he was. He was like Elvis's manager.
probably Kentucky colonel.
All right, well, that's it for this week, folks. Unless you got Barnes, speak now, forever hold your peace.
Wolverines. That's all I got to say.
Wolverines!
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we'll be back next week with another exciting episode of Sanctimonious American
I'd
Men.
like to thank all the 4 wonderful souls who watched this week.
We salute you.
We salute you. We'll see you next time.
Remember, wherever you go, there you are. Peace.